Refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Planning a trip to Orlando? After the rides and roller coasters, keep the fun going at the legendary Cocoa Beach, the closest beach to Orlando. Whether you're surfing the waves, paddling with dolphins, or kayaking alongside gentle manatees, Cocoa Beach is where adventure meets relaxation. So, when you visit Orlando, don't just stop at the theme parks. Add some sand, surf, and sunshine to your trip to Cocoa Beach on Florida's Space Coast. Visit legendarycocobeach.com today.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane. It is
Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Trump pardons reality stars to a shocking illegal immigrant Jetski death, and the WNBA's racism investigation comes up with nothing. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Yo.
Hello, Seeley.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Not bad.
Yeah, love that it's a Wednesday.
Same here.
Love
Happened
that.
so quickly.
I'm so confused.
I mean, it's
I'm
been
thrown.
It has been a lot of hard work to get to this Wednesday, but still, we are together at this Wednesday nonetheless. So everybody, come in.
It felt like a lot of hard work during the first hour of Tuesday. Just really getting back into things.
How you doing on drinking over there? Just out of curiosity.
It was a 4-day weekend, but then last night we went back to our no drink nights. Had a couple of THC seltzers.
I gotta tell you, man, the THC seltzers have changed my life. THC seltzers or seltzers. They have changed my life. I'm Stony Baloney every night at about 12:30 with one THC drink.
That's nice.
And I'm going, hey, man.
I got to say, somebody was nice enough, and thank you so much. I do not have your business card on me, but they were a listener of the show, and they brought an 8-pack of the THC
Damn, they might as
seltzers.
well just handed you like $40 or something.
But it's in the fridge cooling, and I guess one of these nights going to be on the same level as y'all are.
Which brand did they give you? Just out of curiosity.
Don't remember.
Okay,
I'm sorry. But it did have like a
ones-
giant marijuana leaf on it.
What are the ones that we drink, Sealand? What are they?
You do the nowadays.
Nowadays.
My store doesn't carry the nowadays. I got to go to Total for that. But I do the Cheech and Chong. It sounds like the most token brand. It sounds like
but little Sealand.
Sounds like it is.
If future Sealand came to you when you were a little kid and was like, when you're older, you'll be drinking Cheech and Chong drinks.
You're gonna get ripped and have a baby.
The reason I picked those is because they had a flavor that I thought sounded good. Now, it ended up being very flavorless because it was like 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, all that. So it's healthy and gets you high.
Right.
Which win-win, I guess.
This is
I like
Delta
it.
9, right?
No,
Yeah.
that's the real deal. No. What, the
It's
THC
not
in the drinks?
recreational here in Florida. I do not understand how this works.
I don't know what's going on, but I know it's real stuff.
All right.
Like, I don't know. Maybe Delta 9 is real stuff, too. All I know is you drink it, and you are skyrockets in flight. Afternoon delight. You are... Yeah, you
More
are
of an
going...
evening delight for me, but nevertheless.
Well, you pussy, get to work earlier,
Wow,
right?
look at you stoners.
Sit down on
Finally,
that couch
welcome to the club.
a little bit earlier, all right? Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a Delta flight, everybody. Yeah,
Yay.
that's right. They're up there. They got their Sky Miles, the Delta currency, and
Afternoon delight.
they're cruising along. Delta, I haven't been on a Delta flight in a very long time, but usually I see Delta as premium, more
I'm a Delta
expensive.
girl all day.
And I know that. I know. And Lord knows I'm trying to get better at this. If you're smart about all these things, you can make any airline fairly affordable, and you can do all the points and stuff. And Courtney and I are trying to get better at this. But the Delta folks usually are spending a little bit more money, so you expect a little bit more.
Sure.
Now, on this particular flight that we start off with today, the pilot made an announcement and goes, folks, a little bit of an announcement here. I got to be honest with you. I have never dealt with this problem before.
Okay.
So if there's anybody on board who can give us a hand.
I love hearing announcements like that. Don't you, Sean?
I do. Okay? Only in this case. Now, Sabrina and I don't like flying. C-Lane is not scared of anything on planet Earth, apparently. But when I think about being on a plane, if somebody said, well, we've got an emergency with the engine, well, we got somebody who's sick in first class, well, those things would be, but if they said this problem, I'd be like, I think I want to help.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain speaking, we packed too much alcohol on the plane. We don't have enough places to put it.
Some of it.
We need somebody to. I've never run into this problem before, so we need somebody to help with it.
We are overweight by 2 nowadays. And I'll be like, yeah, volunteer as tribute. Pound those things down.
Buddy,
on we go.
where do you think the weight goes?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, science is a real son of a bitch, ain't it?
That's why we do radio, baby.
Guess what? I would still have that nowadays, though. I would have won that in that situation. Here we are on the plane when some pigeons are flying around. Let's check in. All right. To the one lady, by the way,
Screaming bloody murder. I saw this clip earlier. Actually, I just heard it from the bathroom, and it was just this woman screaming.
Yeah.
So I run into the living room to see. Obviously, there was some sort of mass casualty situation.
Right. It's 9/11 all over again,
It's
right?
just a damn pigeon going through the cabin area.
This lady is full on screaming like a slasher has let loose in the
Maybe
aisles.
she doesn't know it's a pigeon.
What
No,
else
you can
would
see
it look like?
Look, you can see the pigeon flying down the aisles. Somebody alerted the flight staff on Delta and said, "We got a bird on board. We got a problem here." And at one point, some guy, I love this dude, some guy jumps up on the flight because everybody was screaming and freaking out, and he grabs it. He grabs one of the pigeons out of the air, and then he puts it in his suit coat because he didn't know where to put it. And I was like, did this guy think he was some sort of magician or something?
Listen, I'm an amateur birder, but I can tell you without a doubt when it comes to pigeons, or if that's maybe a mourning dove, what they don't like is people shrieking as if there is an ex-murderer on the plane.
Or shoving them inside their coats.
No, that's what magicians do. It's fine.
I just love that that's the idea. It's like, what do you do when you pick it up?
Maybe that's how the pigeon got there in the first place. Maybe that guy is a magician, and he's trying very hard to go, hey, you know, I'm going to help with this situation. Definitely didn't cause it.
Yeah,
definitely didn't start it.
All right, let's see. Let's see what happens here. That guy knocked it down with his jacket.
I went to sit down, and I overheard a passenger come up to the flight attendant who was standing right by where I was.
Oh, this is Tom Caw.
Hold on. If this guy's the bird guy and his name is Caw.
Tom Caw. C-A-W. Tom Caw was the bird guy.
He looks like the mayor of Portlandia. I gotta be honest.
He's got like
Twin
a
Peaks, dude.
Rachel Maddow kind of look going on with the glasses and what he's rocking here. And he was on the plane, I guess, when the bird took
I
flight.
think there's a pigeon on this plane.
You ready for this? There's a pigeon on the airplane.
Oh, okay.
There's a pigeon on the airplane, and it won't go away. Not until we open the door. That's a first for me. Wow.
Then the pilot got on and said, attention, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wildlife situation on the plane. And
A wildlife situation. That's a fun way to talk about this.
This is one of those things where you should just say pigeon. Because, you know, you don't want I know a whole movie about a wildlife situation on a plane.
Snakes on the
where we
Mother
needed to
11?
get this, Monday through Friday wildlife
There it is.
off this monkey fighting plane.
Honestly, that would excite me the most if I thought I was in a real snakes on a plane situation first. But it wasn't. Alas, it was pigeons.
something I'm prepared to deal with. So we are summoning folks to come, some crew to come on. And at that point, I pull my phone out because I think, okay, if it's coming back, I have to try to get some footage.
Of course, Tom Caw.
The woman next to me obviously was quite panicky about it.
Yeah, the woman was just shriek-worthy, man. This lady.
She's never seen a bird before.
She's like, oh my God!
I mean, of all the birds, too. Poor pigeon.
It's just a pigeon. They're fine. Pigeons are fine. They're not even
Pigeons
that
are fine,
scary.
but that pigeon's about to get rocked because he's getting dropped off thousands of miles away.
You think? Well, where you think they're just going to pop them off on the tarmac? They just go, and the bird goes, boop, down on the tarmac.
Where the hell am I, dog?
That door on the side of the jetway that where they take your bags when they have too many bags, and they go, no, we're going to have to check this. And they check it out that door and just chuck the pigeon out there.
Yeah. And then the pigeon, oddly enough, right when the plane takes off, flies right into the engine and the whole thing goes down.
Just really wanted to be on that plane.
I have the sound effect for that.
Do you? Okay, let's listen to it.
Wait for it.
Wow. Exclusive. That's an exclusive,
With the
right
plane
there.
choking?
It said pigeon dying. It's right under the regular pigeon.
It sounded right. I liked it.
I was at a wedding once that was outdoor in like a backyard, like one of those rented tent deals.
A rent a tent, yeah.
And I think they were either getting ready to do the reception or maybe they were going to do the actual ceremony first. And not that I don't know what comes first in a wedding. I'm just saying at this moment here.
Well, you've never been.
And a couple bats flew under the tent, and then they didn't know how to fly out of it. So they were just doing like big circles, swoops inside the tent, and just, bridesmaid chaos.
What does that mean? Is that an omen when the bat flies through before the
No, it
wedding?
means there's mosquitoes.
They're still married.
Oh, all right. Okay, that's good. That's good. I don't want anything else to be happening. I think that's fine. We have a lot to get into on a very busy Wednesday here on the show. We're glad you're hanging out with us, of course. We've got to talk about these Trump pardons that have come down the pipeline. Who's been pardoned and why?
And who's super mad about it?
Oh, who is mad? I want to know.
Who do you think?
Come on.
Who do you think is mad that
Immediately.
that the reality stars got a pardon, but it got passed over me again?
That bitch.
Okay, Tiger King.
Joe.
Oh, yeah, Joe Exotic is mad. I didn't even think
He has been
about
asking
that.
since Trump's first term to get pardoned.
I mean,
not that I agree with these Chrisley pardons, but you tried to have a woman killed.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't. He didn't get anybody killed. Like to be behind bars for this long for trying to get somebody killed, and then there was never even a real attempt on the person's life.
I mean, I believe
upset.
that was one of the pitches to the Trump administration and Biden, but they didn't take it.
Hasn't worked for him, but he does continue to reel in the guys. I don't know what it is about old Joe Exotic.
None of them stay. The last husband just got deported.
He's like a revolving door of dudes just going right on through.
I love you. Have some mushroom prints. Bye.
There you go. Next one, please. So we're going to talk about these pardons. We'll talk about what's happening there and what those people did, the Chrisley people, to deserve them, and who is liking and hating this. All the drama around the pardons here in just a minute. Anonymous emails the show, and you can email the show too. If you'd like to be anonymous, put that on top, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Question: in these times, which is in quotes, which I guess, there's a lot of things happening fast in the world. In these times, how are we supposed to believe anything on the news, in quotes, or on a video? AI can make anything, and it gets better all of the time, including audio. How the F are we supposed to know what's true and what's not? You may say that what we're seeing now is awkward, and we should recognize it, but it gets harder every day. Hope all the news junkies, including YouTube chatters, have a great day, says Anonymous. Bad news about the YouTube chatters. They're not breaking through into Mega Chat just yet, but... we'll see if the company can fix that at some point during the show today. It's the struggles that we face. But thank you for the email. And it is hard, man. Watching the latest round of Google AI releases, the AI generation that they've had on that side of things, it is definitely very hard. I will tell you, I still find myself with a pretty damn good North Star as to what's true, what's fake, what's real, what's not, what's AI, what's not. All of these things. Social media is continuously just full of fake ass stories that a lot of you dummies are posting. And I'll go, whoa, this person's posting a story that says Madonna found dead, killed by being skewered like a human shish kebab. And I'll go, that's a wild story. And then I'll look and it'll be like,
with something to say, but that's wild.
It'll be from celebritymeatsandwich.com. And I'll go, I don't know who's got the exclusive on Madonna being shish kebabbed.
I'll keep scrolling and see those celebrity meat sandwiches.
I don't think meatsandwich.com is the valid source that these other folks are really thinking it is. A lot of dumb people who are falling for all that stuff. The thing is, it's not AI that is fooling people mostly, in my experience. It's not AI. It's just fake-ass stories that are so unbelievably fakety-fake that anybody with even a tiny little brain would be able to tell that they're fakety fake. That's where we're at. Like, the AI stuff is super impressive, and I totally agree with you, Anonymous. Absolutely agree that in the future there's going to be a major problem. For instance, like a picture, like what if they said 10 years from now in a case, well, here's video of Diddy doing this, and Diddy just goes, That's not real. That's not real footage of me. It's fake. It's AI. And the jury has to decide whether it's real or fake. That's totally a legit thing to think about. But in terms of what people are actually on the day in and day out being faked out by, in terms of news, it is not AI. It is not anything clever. It is celebritymeatsandwich.com. It is crazy stories that make absolutely no sense, but your crazy aunt goes, I can't believe it, and shares it along. That's, to me, what the problem is. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we'll get into these reality TV pardons from Trump. Who got pardoned? Why? What the hell did they do to begin with? What's happening here? And who's mad about it? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
There's a crash getting cleared up on Florida's Turnpike North.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, question, chat. Question for you. I see you complaining, but I could not tell what you were complaining about. What is the complaint? Is the video audio sync off? I imagine this video audio sync is not off. That would be my guess. Fix the WB at that angle? What does that mean? The Warner Brothers? The price of crack is too damn high? Well, that's neither here nor there. What is it that we have going on here today? And by the way, Twitch, I'm fully reliant on you. We don't have YouTube coming through because Restream it has zero consistency. Audio good, Mega Chat having a peak performance, Carbon is still off center. Don't worry about the audio. White balance, that's a different problem than you think it is. Don't worry about that. He's talking about the white balance. There's nothing you can do. It's fine. It's lighting. What do you mean for this shot, the white balance? Oh. Fix the WB, the white balance at that angle. Oh, you can't do that, dude, because it's angling up. It's following me around. Sean, I think you might need a haircut. I can see the little curls coming out of the back of your hat. True. I do need a haircut, but Courtney won't let me get one.
What?
You heard me. Give me some of that Celsius. Give me. Yeah.
Whoa, like a pro.
Good stuff. I know what I'm doing. What are you doing? Are you going to wait for FedEx or no? Are you going to blast on out of here? Okay. Is that our landscape people? Mm-hmm. It is? Okay.
Yard people?
Yard people? I call them landscape people.
Yeah.
And then yard people is demeaning.
Okay.
They are in charge of the whole landscape.
But the landscape is already designed to be done.
No, but they keep up the landscape. And they scape it. They scape the land.
Okay.
That's what they do.
Fair enough.
How is P-Boy? A-okay. Right here. It's Bonnie Boy. Not P-Boy. Watch your goddamn mouth. He's good. There's always something that goes wrong. I swear to God, there's always something that I can't control. I can't control whether the YouTube comments come through. That's Restream's fault, not mine.
I'm sorry.
Are you really, though?
It's not my fault.
It seems like it might be. Did you see the Duck Duck Goose option on the Drake Bite 30 menu? Oh, that's a fun menu thing. If it was Duck Duck Goose, food on the menu. Yeah, no, wouldn't you'd know? Okay, no, it's a big no. What can I do for you? Why are you here? This is like somebody walked into my comedy show and doesn't find it funny, but is very interested in just staying there. Okay, have a good day. Jesus.
I'm getting a haircut, okay? It's been a long week. Don't worry about these things. Weird boners. All right, guys. So what do we think, chat? What do we think of the Chrisley people? Do we hate the Chrisley people? Do we love them? I can't tell who likes and dislikes the Chrisley people for the Trump pardons. And are they religious, or am I just getting that out of the name Chrisley? Like, are they known to be a religious family? We hate them. The check cleared, that's why they got pardoned. People seem to hate them, though, right? Like, people hate Todd Chrisley and his wife, these reality stars. They're annoying as hell. I don't hate them, but didn't they commit crimes? We're going to go over what they were behind bars for and whether or not it was, like, too harsh, the punishment. Because they are indeed getting pardoned. I don't think they're out yet. They're garbage humans. Bridges' mom, why? Not that I don't agree with you, or not that I don't consider what you're saying to be maybe possibly true, but why? Fake evangelicals. They defrauded $30 million. Who do they steal the $30 million from? The government or people? Makes a big difference to me. The government or people? Who do they steal $30 million from? Because if somebody steals $30 million from the government, I only half care. It's not even real money. 90 seconds and we're back. Local banks? I care about that more. Although they're probably covered. They scam people just like people who think they're Marines because their dad was? I don't even understand. I don't even understand what you're getting at. Where does the government get the money from? Nowhere. That's one of the big secrets about economics and life. Nowhere. Where does the government get the money from? Nowhere. Tyra Banks? I don't think Tyra Banks is involved. I think people dislike them because they're annoying on television and because they're like this. I don't know. Why do they strike me as a religious family? Or do they do a lot of like religious stuff on their show? Let me know. We're coming back.
.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
But I get the feeling, without the shadow of doubt that I generally have, that people do not like these reality TV people that got pardoned. Like the Chrisley family, I don't think people like them, man.
I mean,
and I don't know why. Is it because they're reality TV people? Is it because they're annoying? Is it like, what is the reason why people don't like the Chrisley family that got pardoned?
I mean, they've been around for a while. Chrisley knows best.
Yes.
And
yeah.
I never watched the show, but I could have sworn before the arrest and, I guess, sentencing, that there was some controversy when it came to the Chrisley family. I don't know if it was in a divorce thing or abuse allegations or something like that.
They had a lot of stuff going on. Always. One thing was because it was a reality show, but the other one was just because they seemed like they had some chaos going on. I remember watching a couple of episodes of that show,
and I'm not saying I'm the most prescient fortune teller that there is on the planet, but I remember watching a couple of episodes of this Chrisley Knows Best show and going,
He's
fake
not
money.
gay? Oh.
Fake money. I remember thinking fake money right away. When I watch a show like that and I see, oh, they own some big box store and they're supposedly rich, but every time they show the store that they own, there's nobody in the store and there's nobody spending money at this place. I knew right away.
So you think laundering for the store?
Isn't that what they got in trouble for?
They got. We're going to get into actually what they are alleged to have done, and I'll go through their whole thing in a second. But people do not like this Chrisley family that got pardoned. They don't seem to be fans. If you are, let us know. But a lot of people so far don't seem to be. Bootsy says, the dude looks like he should have a stage show in Vegas with tigers. He does. True. He does. Todd Chrisley does look like one of those guys. And he seems a little slimy, and I'm sure that he is. I'm sure that he did some
slippery.
stuff.
Like, every time I've seen his face, it's like, how much baby oil is on your forehead?
But let's address one of the things that you said, Sabrina. I did get vibes watching the reality show, and this really didn't have much to do with whether he should be pardoned or not. I got vibes that he was gay. Oh my God. Like when I'm watching, I'm like,
Hollywood,
oh.
baby.
So he has sex with that woman, and he's created these other kids here in the family?
Oh, there's a lot of families like that, Sean.
Although people tell me, and you guys tell me if you think this is true with your experience in life, people tell me that they're a certain type of Southern that is effeminate. And I said, okay, I don't have like a lot of experience.
Super rich, or I guess in their case, acting rich, North Kakalaki.
Forget the money necessarily, but there are the South is full of all of these parts. I liked when Andy on The Office went through all the Southern accents and, smooth as molasses. He went through all the different accents you have through there. And allegedly, according to people who talk to me, there's a portion of the southeastern United States where the men are Southern, but they speak effeminate. And that's why Todd Chrisley sounds gay. They're saying he's not actually gay. But one thing's for sure. He's going free, baby. He's going to be pardoned. It's happening. Let's see what they're saying. This is Fox talking about this.
6:14 here on the East Coast, and welcome back to Live Now from Fox as we continue with your top stories and headlines this Wednesday morning. New this morning, reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley are expected to be released from prison. President Donald Trump making the announcement on social media and even called Savannah Chrisley, letting her know the news.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy is how fast this happens when you're the president. They're just sitting, rotting behind bars. I don't know if they've turned on each other, the husband and wife. I don't know what their situation is. But Trump can go, pardon! And then 5 minutes later, everybody is released.
We're in love again.
It's like declaring bankruptcy, but for real.
Yeah,
and TLC's like, hey, how would you like a sequel to the show after lockup?
Yeah, there is 0% chance they don't have another season of their reality show, right? There's no
I think they did
way.
a show with just the kids.
Yeah, growing up Chrisley.
But that's not going to bring in the numbers. This would. The idea that you'd be like, look, they just got pardoned, get the cameras on them. This would be explosively big.
Right now, we want to check in with Fox 5 Atlanta's Brooke Zahner. She joins us live at the federal courthouse in downtown Atlanta with the very latest. Brooke, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And the Chrisley's daughter, Savannah, also posted to her own social media feed, first thanking President Trump for commuting her parents' sentences and her followers for all of their support. She's really been at the forefront of trying to get her parents' convictions overturned.
Really? She was the one who was carrying the torch here, trying to get the parents free. Again, we'll get into what they did and whether or not they should have been pardoned here. It's whenever I see that somebody famous has been pardoned, I think, why them? Like, if you're really seeking justice, there has to be people out there where you look and you go, oh, this doesn't seem right. This person is serving a sentence that seems unfair. Something seems wrong about this. Why is it that such a high percentage of these people are very, very famous people or stars like this? That can't be a coincidence, I don't think. I think there's something else going on there, but let's see what else they said.
Your parents are going to be free and clean.
In a video posted to X, President Donald Trump says he's granting full pardons to former reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley.
Thank God.
I have shed so many tears.
Oh, she's got a MAGA hat on.
Of course, that's why, y'all.
Is that
Come on.
Make America Great Again hat on. This is Savannah Chrisley, who maybe she's been yucking it up with all like the Trump insiders, and she's like, you know what's really a sin? This is what the problem is here. We got to get my family out.
The president called me personally as I was walking into Sam's Club.
Same.
And notified me that he was signing pardon paperwork for both of my parents.
The pair was convicted in 2022 of conspiring to defraud banks and the IRS out of millions of dollars. During their incarcerations, their legal team continued to file appeals while their daughter, Savannah, sought a pardon petition.
Damn, daughter was working hard for them. You owe your kid something now. Your child has freed you from the bounds of prison.
Hey, y'all, I got my parents free.
Now we got two big questions. Question numero uno. Do you think they stay together? Because they've been in prison for a while.
Yeah, I mean, for
Couple
the
of
sake
years.
of the notoriety.
Do they? Well, maybe that was the case before, too, on account of the gay, you know?
Whoa,
I don't know.
alleged,
I don't know.
dude, come on.
I don't know.
He's been in prison a couple years. He might have had some chance to explore that.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know enough about these people. So what I want to hear from is people who are either happy that the Chrisleys, these reality TV stars, have been pardoned and why, or people that are angry and why. Because there does seem to be a lot of people who are not fans. Now, let's see what they did. All right, let's see. Here's Todd Chrisley's wiki page. Todd Chrisley, and 1969, he was born. All right. They had Chrisley Knows Best from 2014 to 2023. Jesus.
That's a good run.
He's from Westminster, South Carolina, so maybe that's where they have the softer voices over there in Westminster, South Carolina. He began as a real estate investor, managing properties and overseeing developments that brought him financial success during the early part of his career. Now, let me just insert here a little Sean Pinion, if you don't mind.
Oh, it's a good one.
When I see things like this, I see something very clear. There are a lot of people who look flashy, and then they'll tell you, well, I'm in finance. And that is usually a red flag.
Hedge fund.
People who know a lot about finance and money and these types of things like real estate investment funding and all, there is a lot of potential there for those people, from my anecdotal evidence here, to be a little bit corrupt. Because I think they understand how money works better than a lot of other people, so they can shell game this money around all over the place, buy a little from Peter to pay Paul, and move everything around as they might see fit. And the next thing you know, they end up getting a house that's really big, and you go, they're rich, and they get this, and they get that. But the whole thing is a financial house of cards. To their legal issues. Todd and Julie Chrisley faced multiple legal challenges over the years. In August 2019, they were indicted on charges of tax evasion and conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Prosecutors allege the couple submitted falsified financial documents to secure millions of dollars in loans. All right. In June 2022, by the way, that's like everybody in the PPP scam. That's like almost everybody in the PPP scam that was like, did that same crime-a-rooney. In June 2022, they were convicted on federal charges of tax evasion and bank fraud. Todd was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison, and Julie received a 7-year sentence. Their legal team filed appeals maintaining their innocence. And the couple have hired former federal prosecutor Alex Little to seek clemency directly from Trump. Good job, bud. Bypassing the Department of Justice Office of the Pardon Attorney. And then they told the adult children during a publicly released phone call that he intended to grant full presidential pardons to Todd and Julie Chrisley. And they said it's going to be finalized by today. The press reported that President Donald Trump had signed the paperwork giving full pardons to the couple. There you go. So, yeah, stealing money from the banks and the government, I don't know. It's not one of the things where I'm like,
borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, even though everybody thinks he's a Mary. It's now he's freedom. Profit.
I don't look at those crimes in particular, like the PPP crimes even. That's a crime of opportunity. The entire federal government.
So many people got away with it.
The federal government was just $100 bills in the sky, and people said, I too have a business that has employees in need of saving.
Of course. Now
I'll take $180,000, please.
Don't worry about the Lamborghini I just bought.
No, a lot of people got caught in that same situation. But still, what do you think? Should they have been pardoned? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Real quickly, I want to ask you a question. If there was an animal on the loose in your neighborhood, and the animal was, let's start with a bear.
Okay.
Would you be scared?
Scared of bear.
Scared of a bear roaming around your neighborhood, Sabrina?
I would be, I would be on alert.
Violent bear.
Certain, yeah. I would be a little scared, sure.
I'd be concerned.
Concerned.
I don't think the bear's getting in my house.
When we go down to a wolf, less scared?
I feel like the wolf moves faster.
Wolf is a lone wolf out there, but aggressive and attacking people.
More scared of the wolf.
And you go down to like a fox. Yeah, it's a little scary, but not that scary.
Cute, though.
The story that I meant to get to yesterday was about this neighborhood where there's a duck that's terrorizing all of them.
Come again?
You guys didn't see this story?
No, I missed the duck alert.
It's so great. There's the South Florida neighborhood, I believe. I don't know if it's down where your parents are, Sabrina, but there's a neighborhood down in South Florida.
What's the neighborhood?
And there's an aggressive duck that has everybody just in absolute and total fear. And the first thing is it's a Muscovy duck, which I'm not a duckster, so I have no idea what that means. Muscovy, Muscovy is the type of duck. Cape Coral is the
looks
neighborhood.
like what we got in my neighborhood.
Does it?
Yeah.
You have any aggressive ones or no?
No, they just kind
That's one
of...
with like the red stuff.
It's got
some
red. Yeah, it's a black duck with like a little pop of white here and there on the duck. And it's got that like red kind of thing all over its face.
It's
ugly
gross
red.
looking.
Yeah, a little bit weird. And I guess these things have been like terrorists in this neighborhood.
Is it mating season?
I don't know. You know what? Let me save this report because you got to hear this. People are just losing
Coming
their
up
minds.
next, This Week in Quack.
This one is going to be a story where I wouldn't be as scared for once. I wouldn't
One
be as
person has
scared.
been sent to the hospital because of this.
I think that person's a.
Okay.
I'll wait. I'll withhold
Are
a
you about
little
to say
bit.
the F word for gays?
I'll withhold a little bit of judgment. And we'll go over this next. We'll see if you should actually be fearful in this scenario. Let us know what you think. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I've never even seen cocaine. I don't even know what it looks like. I just know it's powdery. I've never
Dad,
seen it.
Show him.
I'm like one of the. I got to be one of the only guys in this business that came through the '90s that never, ever even saw cocaine.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Wednesday forecast. And today does feature the return of hot and humid temperatures. Highs will be right back into the low and middle 90s with a high of 93 degrees today in Orlando, with our feels like temperatures back to around the low 100s. We'll also see some afternoon showers and storms. These will be mostly sea breeze driven and mainly take shape as we head over the course of roughly 3 and 4 o'clock.
Be prepared. Hello? All right. I'll mess with that later. I can alter the brightness a little tiny bit, perhaps. YouTube's still not in the mix. Really frustrating. That's not on us. That's the service that we use for Mega Chat. Or might I say it's not on me. We're fine with it? Good. Oh, shoot. Oh, we're going to talk about this duck thing first. Then I want to talk about, I've got a fresh idea for a new punishment for people who are bad on airplanes that I really think we can work in. Abraham Dragonfriend says, Muscovy ducks are an invasive species. They're not native to Florida or the USA? Whoa. They're illegal alien ducks? They are here because some assholes released them into the wild. They're taking over and displacing the actual native ducks. Fish and Wildlife Commission told us we can remove them from our lake. Abraham, brother man, when you say remove them from our lake, what is that? Does that mean you're shooting them? Or does that mean you just gotta like pick them up and put them in a cat cage or something? Which one? I do not want to bring corporal punishment back, but a strong ruler smack to the hand would solve a lot of problems. True! But I have perhaps a better idea. 2.5 minutes. Muscovy is the new weight loss drug. We'll be hearing the jingle soon. Could be. Sounds like it. Ask your doctor about Muscovy. Yeah, I've never heard of a Muscovy duck, but I can tell you this. I am not scared of a duck. I would not have a situation where there was a duck terrorizing my house or my neighborhood. A duck tries to terrorize my house, lasts 1 hour. It'd be the shortest terror span ever. Shortest fight ever. The duck would start being a pain in the ass. I would swift kick that duck right over the fence into the neighbor's yard, neighbor's problem. That easy. Just like, you can't have a duck terrorizing your neighborhood. It's a duck.
Kicking some pretend soccer balls over there, big guy?
That was a duck. That was a Muscovy duck I was kicking, all right? Sean is anti-foul. Yeah, there is no way my neighborhood is being held hostage by a damn duck. It ain't happening, okay? We're coming back. Come on in. Some of you folks are scared of ducks, and it honestly is pathetic. It is sad and pathetic, but here we are.
Specifically, trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Summer starts early in Florida, which means we get more beach time, more sunshine, and more time to enjoy refreshing, sweet, and juicy Florida watermelon. The best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. There's sunshine in every bite.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
How, you might ask, how do we join the News Junkie Radio Show?
Well, it's easy, friend. First timers are welcome in. Please do come aboard. But you can send what we call a dispatch. You send that over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. I know already what you guys are going to say about this. I know Sabrina and Sealander will be like, oh, tough guy McGee over here. Here he goes again. Here goes Sean again, thinking he can fix everything. He's a tough guy. I'm as serious as a heart attack on this. When I saw this story from our friends at Fox 35, I said, number one, Amy Kay and the crew at Fox 35 are the best. And I said, number 2, these people in this neighborhood are pathetic. This is sad.
With the duck stuff?
Yeah, this is sad. If you have a duck terrorizing your neighborhood and you don't wrap that up in about 15 minutes as a problem on your list, you are a pathetic little twerp of a human being. All right? That's where you're at. That's your lot in life.
You don't even know what's going on, Sean. Why are you coming at them?
I know exactly what's going on. A duck is terrorizing an entire neighborhood.
Says the guy who was screaming peacocks are terrorizing his entire neighborhood.
Now, I was worried about the peacocks, which I can't even revenge against if I want to, for the record, because of something called laws in the United States of America. Those kind of things keep me away from this. But if I had a duck, ain't nobody cares about a duck. If I had a duck in my neighborhood, I was going to fight with a goose one time. I don't care. I don't care. If I had a duck in my neighborhood and it was terrorizing everybody, I'd be like, folks, give me 15 minutes. Everybody turn your back. I will punt that duck so hard and so fast, it would never,
you don't think a duck has been punted before? It'll come right back at you.
Not mine.
And quack you right in the nuts.
Nothing is going to happen. It ain't going to get me in the nuts. It's way too high. It's not too high. It's just the right amount of height.
Sean has high nuts.
But what a weird insult. But the duck situation is going to plague me for a matter of minutes. I'm sorry. If this was old school, your grandpa, everybody listen to this, your grandpa would have finalized this problem in like 5 seconds. Your grandpa will go, and the duck is bothering people? Well, all right then. Here we go. Tuft of feathers flying into the air, problem no more.
Also, dinner.
Also, dinner. Yeah, we are really making the most of our problems back in the day. But now everybody is so weak and so soft. There's so many soft people out there that an entire neighborhood has fallen prey to one Muscovy duck that is being aggressive. Let's see what we're missing here. When Florida attacks,
you cannot make this one up. A dangerous.
When Florida attacks,
did you hear the hippo growl?
Was that what that was? I can go back.
That's the duck.
Hang on.
When Florida attacks, you cannot make this one up. A dangerous duck has one South Florida neighborhood on edge, and some people say they are afraid to go outside.
Yeah, that must be one mean duck. There are reports of a feisty fowl chasing and even biting someone. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth tells us more about this story.
All right, you guys, be honest with me. For once in your lives, be honest with me.
Been honest.
A duck is chasing you, in particular, Sabrina, through your neighborhood. It's chasing you and Carl, and the duck is, coming at Carl, trying to get Carl. Are you not going to take any aggressive steps against that duck?
No, of course
You're not
I would.
gonna. Would you punt the duck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd punt the duck.
All right. Okay. Don't you think that would solve this problem rather quickly? One punt. If I kick a duck as hard as I can, I know for one thing that duck is going airborne.
I mean, if I'm looking at the Nextdoor app or the Facebook group page, and they're like, "What is going on with this duck? We're scared. We can't get out of our houses."
That's what
I'm probably going to start with a step one of like giant blanket, put it over the duck, put it in a cage.
That's not the worst first attempt at something.
Thank you.
But
you got to have a blanket with you.
Less violent. I have a lot of blankets.
But if you're inside, you want to get a blanket and toss it over the duck, fine. But this is such an easy problem to fix. It's such an easy issue, but the whole neighborhood is paralyzed.
That's so Florida.
It's so Florida.
This neighborhood has a tenant causing chaos, and he doesn't even live there.
He's waiting for me. This guy has an artillery hat on. He is a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces.
He's waiting for me.
And he's being brought to his knees.
Doesn't that say something about the damn duck, Sean?
No, it says something about how soft we are when we return. When we get back from war, we're like, well, now the creature comforts of the United States of America.
I can't believe the cameraman made it inside that guy's house without certain doom.
Yeah, they're behind him as he's opening his door to see the duck. The duck's right outside, and this old veteran is scared.
The Muscovy duck is terrorizing people living along a street in Cape Coral.
Chasing a lady.
Even trying to chase off reporters trying to do their job.
Get out
I moved here in 98.
So have these ducks always been here?
Occasionally, yeah, but now it's more frequent.
More frequent.
Oh, we got a duck injury. This man's hand has been whooped by this duck.
I mean,
not on
ducks
my watch.
can bite pretty hard.
They don't even have teeth, do they?
Yeah, they're tiny teeth, but they've got quite the bill smack.
It's not going to happen to me ever in the history of ever.
Go
that
fight a duck
is gonna
then,
attack.
Sean. Go fight a duck.
I don't need to know. I would 1,000% come out on the winning side of the duck fight.
I don't hate the chyron on this. Devious duck disturbs the burbs.
Say that
That's nice
3
stuff.
times fast.
That's pretty good, actually.
More vicious. James Sepulveda says the duck bit him and his neighbors, even sending one of them to the hospital.
I sit on my porch around 7 to 7:30 at this time of the year to catch a sunset, some sun.
I love his voice.
I had my eyes closed. All of a sudden, I felt a jab on my hand and it was bleeding. Are you going to walk the other way?
Oh, it's coming at him.
A guy down the street has a similar story.
Okay.
There's
Sean,
2
pause.
old men wounded in this neighborhood.
Sean, do you realize what's
What?
happening here?
What?
The neighborhood that it's being terrorized?
What?
It's a neighborhood of elderly people.
Okay. Where's the brave one?
Where's the brave? What do you mean? They could fall. They could just run their elbow into something, and that's a bruise that lasts for 2 months.
I know
I
that
can
you
understand
think-
where they're coming from. Stop calling old people pussies.
I know that you think people die at like 70 years old, but there are
They do.
plenty of 70 and even 80-year-old people in the United States of America on American soil who can easily kill a duck in like a minute and a half, if that, I would think. At 70, a duck is going to be nothing for me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even when my foot all busted up in the past week or so, still duck dead. These guys are wandering around with bruises. This guy's wife has been injured. Your partner has been injured and you haven't killed the duck. Put me in jail. Put me in nature jail if you have to.
Put the duck somewhere else. Could be with other ducks. How about that?
No, that's not my business. I'm not the duck wrangler. I am only the protector of my world. Yes.
Murder ducks.
Yes. Yes. If it comes down to the decision of me and my family being safe and secure, me and my family and my friends not being attacked, or a dead duck, there is a line of dead ducks, my friend. A line of them. And guess how many tears I will shed over all these dead ducks? I will give zero. No tears will be shed at all.
You're about to say half a tear.
Over all of those dead ducks. I was going in a different direction.
He was going something that rhymes. He wanted, like disturbs the burbs.
The neighborhood
all
is
ducks,
wounded.
Zero
These
tears.
people are all bandaged up because of one duck.
Up and I made some noises thinking go away, duck,
Oh, my God. You think that guy can kill a duck? You're a monster, Sean. Why don't you go to their neighborhood and stop the duck? How about that? Huh?
I will. Call me in. Call me in, folks. I'll show up over there.
You just called him a pussy. Play that clip again and say it to his face.
He said... He said...
He's having a hard time speaking, and you're like, why aren't you just killing a duck, old
He still could kill a duck. That old man could still kill a duck. And sometimes in our history...
Maybe we don't have to murder animals. Maybe
this
just
man would have a
relocate.
musket in his hand. Why are you so
How old
worried?
do you think that he is?
Stop. Why are you so worried at all costs of always trying to be nice to the animal? Sometimes the animal is the bad guy.
I just don't think murder is the answer all the time.
It is.
Sorry.
No.
Oh my gosh, you're being like that woman at the airport.
Sean is not me.
I did not now, nor have I ever said that murder is always the answer, or that it was the case that they gave me. I said, without a shadow of a doubt, murder is sometimes the answer. Sometimes the answer. And in this case, murder crazy. Go get that duck. I got to go back to this guy, though. He goes, I raised my voice to the duck. I said, get out of here, duck.
I don't know if that was the impression, but
I'll go back.
He shuddered a little bit.
I was bleeding. Are you going to walk the other way?
And Richard Guy down the street has a similar story.
I stood up and I made some noises thinking go away, duck, Next thing I know,
that didn't work, sir.
Go away.
Go away, duck.
No.
It almost sounds like my favorite character that Courtney is doing at the moment, which is the vampire ghost.
Oh, I thought it was the ghost of Christmas past.
No, she does a vampire ghost, which you could just imagine how it sounds. That's what that guy sounded like trying to scare away the duck. Sir, get a knife. Go to the kitchen, get a steak knife.
Yeah, shank a duck.
Kill the duck, problem solved. Walking away. The duck is like, I can't believe I'm getting away with this. The duck is equivalent to the kid in the classroom who's fighting the teacher and the principal. You know why? Because he knows he can get away with it. He knows there's no more rules anymore. There's nobody to enforce them. No one cares.
Ducks.
There is no more rules, and therefore chaos reigns. And the chaos is reigning in your neighborhood, sir. That's where the problem lies. Let's see what else we have.
He's come out, and like he was going to attack me.
Unfortunately, there's not much these neighbors can do. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says Muscovy ducks are protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, but the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has issued a control order allowing control of Muscovy ducks in their nests and eggs in areas outside of their natural range, which is actually Texas. FWC says the ducks must be humanely killed or donated to educational or scientific institutes.
All the humane.
But for James, he says being on a tight budget with a fixed income paying for a trapper is just not in the cards.
And they're actually committing injury to individuals they should get rid of.
Yes.
These ducks aren't just a Cape Coral problem. You can find them in Central Florida neighborhoods. We've reported on them in places like Oviedo.
Let me tell you something. If one of these ducks runs wild in my neighborhood, hit me up. Find me. I'm your guy. All right? I'm your Huckleberry. I will be out in the neighborhood in a ghillie suit, tracking down every last one of these rogue animals that dares to disturb the peace in my area. And I can tell you that I will never, ever be paralyzed by a Muscovy duck. It ain't happening. What do you think? Am I missing this? Are the ducks stronger than you might imagine? Is there a better solution? Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com, and hit record on a video or audio dispatch right now. When we come back, big news in the Elon Musk world. Didn't see that coming, huh? Didn't see that, but here we are. More from the air and different flights and changes that are coming our way. And the WNBA has a result to their investigation about that racist controversy. What's happening? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic starting to pile up on the ramp from State Road 408 westbound to I-4 eastbound. There's a crash getting cleared up off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound before Lee Road. Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways, clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Hancock Road and Scrub J Lane. There's an accident reported on South Street between Division Avenue and I-4. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected.
Hello? Hang tight. Landscape crew is just starting to flirt with making some noise in the background. Somebody says, Sean, what's happened with the peacocks? Oh, the peacocks were, for a hot minute in the neighborhood, under control. They came by and bagged up a whole bunch of them and moved them elsewhere. But since then, there's been, they procreate so fast, these peacocks. So there's like a whole new generation of them. So it's becoming a problem again. All right, folks, Skull Mike Squad, here's how many we have left of the exclusive stickers. If you subscribe to Secret Shows, you can claim one. It comes with your magnet. Claim your magnet and you get one of these stickers while they last. Or if you are already a subscriber, you can gift Secret Shows. And each gift comes with a free random magnet and also these while they last. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 total left. And when we get rid of these, I'll reveal to you the new magnet, the new News Junkie magnet, which I love. Just Sai says, look, he can walk without his cane. I can shimmy, I can move, I can duck, I can stand. The world is my oyster. And I'm ready to kill some ducks, if need be. Where are you guys at on that? Like, would you kill a duck if it was terrorizing your neighborhood, or would you be like, the animal has to be left alone? Hello? 4 minutes. What can I do for you?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Waiting for your package.
You want a skull mic squad?
I already have one.
You already have one? What do you think of it?
Looks good.
It's nice, huh? Okay.
I yelled at a geese yesterday.
It's a goose. No, you can't yell at a geese. That's 2 of them.
Well, there was a whole group of them. But there was one in particular that was hissing.
What? It's not. It can't hiss.
Yeah, it went like that.
It's not a hiss.
That's what it did.
Is it a honk? Like,
no,
honk?
its tongue was in the middle of its mouth and went like that.
What'd you do?
I said, "Excuse me."
That's not gonna do anything.
He moved. You gotta not be scared of him.
Geese do too hiss. Geese hiss all the time. Why didn't you?
I didn't mean to. I had yelled at him and I asserted dominance and he moved.
For now.
No.
He's still out on the streets right now.
Yeah, he's not messing with me though.
Are you just gonna stay here and wait for the FedEx?
I don't know what you.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna be gone tomorrow, so I can't be here tomorrow to wait for it.
Where are you gonna be gone?
I'm going out with my mom.
I'm gonna be gone tomorrow too. Okay. I'll be gone till November. January, February, March, April, May. I'll be gone till November.
Is it a song?
No, it's not a song. It's a poem that I was delivering for you.
Shut up.
You didn't like it? Roses are red. Violets are blue.
Mm-hmm.
FedEx is here. So get the fuck out of here. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. See you later, alligator. Bye. Well, good to have you, Twitch people. Good to have you on board. Thank God. I'm losing my mind in here. We got about 90 seconds and then we're coming back. Elon Musk. Do you think he can do it? Elon Musk looks to be trying to step away from all of the political stuff, the controversial stuff. Do you think Elon Musk can make that transition? Can you go from tech guy, online guy, space guy, boring guy in terms of boring into the earth, Tesla guy, to MAGA guy, Doge guy, gotta elect Trump guy, and then go back? Can he fade out of politics, or is he stuck with that? What do you think? Because that's what he says he's doing. Elon Musk is not transitioning into another version of himself, like Elena, as somebody's saying. But Elon Musk is saying he's trying to, I think, fade out of the controversial politics a bit. We'll talk about it.
Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
For you called the News Junkie.
It's about all things viral. The three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Learn more about the website at thenewsjunkie.com. Flying is getting a little more miserable. It is. I don't know why, but it's like we were headed in a great direction and things were getting better. And then all of the airlines colluded to say, let's make it worse. Southwest Airlines starting today, going to make all you peasants pay a little bit more. You don't get the free check bags anymore. It was literally their motto. It's literally the entirety of the company's sloganeering was your bags fly free, making fun of how other people could charge you for your bags to come along with you. And now Southwest Airlines is changing on that front. Delta Airlines, which I know Sabrina flies a lot more, is saying we're ditching basic economy. We're phasing it out. We don't want to have that anymore.
And by that, they mean going to keep the same seats and charge you more.
Yes.
Sick.
They're just renaming things like they tend to do. And then there's so many names for so many sections of the plane that nobody knows what they're buying anymore.
No.
I don't know when it got that way.
Business, first class, then it's main, and then I guess basic is out. But
how many are there? How many? Because it used to just be, as I recall, maybe I'm crazy, but it used to just be coach and first class.
Now it's basic economy. You have your main cabin. As far as Delta, you have Delta Comfort Plus, and then you have your. I am not even allowed to that.
That's
part
5
of the plane.
That's 5 already. 5 different sections of the plane, and there's probably more. And that's insane to me. Now they're renaming things, moving things around, making seats smaller. Starting this month, Delta is removing basic economy from its booking options, and now they're folding it into a new system. As we listen and learn about what our customers want when it comes to their travel, we know that clarity and choice are paramount. I've got a way to fix air travel 10%. I want to talk about that. It's a punishment. I want to talk about that in a moment. But they said our reimagined shopping experience gives customers more options and flexibility to pick the travel experience that works best for them. And a full picture of all the benefits of flying with Delta. Delta's main cabin, now called Delta Main, has basic, classic, and extra. Well, come on. Delta First, Delta Comfort, like Sabrina said, Premium Select, Delta One. What am I buying? I want a ticket on a plane. I want to sit in a seat. I want it to be comfortable. I want Wi-Fi. I want to go. That's it. Those are all.
It's a lot to ask,
things.
Sean.
I don't feel like it's that much. I'll pay you X amount of dollars. You give me an okay seat on a flight and let me go.
Let's
Please.
see what happens when they introduce those standing seats. Do you see that video go around?
Yes.
Those look insane.
And nobody's going to want to do that.
Never in a million years.
Nobody's going to want to. Actually, I say nobody's going to do that until they go, guess what, folks? $79
Is that
special.
even legal?
Why?
Standing seats, yes.
It's like a lean seat.
She's calling them standing seats because they keep calling them standing seats, but they're technically just giving you the least amount of space, C-Lane, that they possibly could.
Like front row of those standing seats seems, okay, fine. You're leaning against a wall or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a little nook for your crotch. But behind that, it's like you can't even stretch your arms out. It's claustrophobia.
It's not good. And I hope none of the airlines actually end up buying this technology. But we're going backwards. Now, here's how we can take a step forward.
Okay.
We can look at Turkey. Not the animal, but the country in this case. Turkey has one thing right. And I've gone over Turkey as a country. It's the only thing that they've gotten right. But they have gotten it right. They've gotten it quite right. And I think that we can do this as well. There's a rule when you're flying on any Turkish flight that I love and that I want to bring to the United States of America. Here's what that rule is. When your plane flies and lands at the airport, you're moving around on the tarmac, you're doing all of that stuff. If you stand up before they tell you to stand up, fine. You get a fine. If you stand up even one moment before they say your row has been dismissed, get out of here.
Wait, they're dismissing by row?
Yeah.
Like they're clearing tables to go to the buffet at a wedding reception?
Yeah.
Yes. But what you can't do is get ready for that buffet early. You can't do this thing where people they land, and then they stand up and they start getting their bags.
Well, what do you have to go to the bathroom because you couldn't go to the bathroom during the descent?
That's unfortunate. That's not targeted in these rules. But passengers who prematurely unfasten their seatbelts, stand up from their seats, or open the overhead compartments get a fine. It's the only thing Turkey's done right, and I think it's very right. I think it will make flying 10%
hair
better.
Plugs are doing very well.
That is successful. Yeah, you're right about that. The new regulation also applies to passengers who get up in the aisle before it's their turn to deplane. This announcement follows a significant increase in reports of disruptive passengers, which risk passenger safety, according to Turkish officials. They said the fine is around $67, but will rise over time depending on how all of this goes. I love it. Stay in your seat. You stay in your seat, and then they go rows 1 through 12. You have 10 seconds to get everything from the overhead bin that you need, and then you are to march forward. 1, 2, 3, march them out of there. Rows 13 through, on you go, right? Down the line. Each portion of the plane gets an amount of seconds to get up, get their stuff, and frog march your ass off that plane as quickly as you possibly can. If you stand up too early, if you do the unthinkable, which is you're in one of the last seats on the plane lands and you stand up. You're up, you're ready to go. You can't go anywhere, but you're up. And then you do the unthinkable. You maneuver your way through the aisle of the plane up into sections that you're not even associated with.
And now your crotch is by somebody else who's sitting down waiting patiently.
Yes. And there's not enough room for people in there. You're squished in between all these people. You shouldn't be there to begin with. Fine them. We need to do this in our country as well. We need more rules for planes. And if people follow those rules, things could be a whole lot better. I think we're selling ourselves short.
Do you think Southwest should have pivoted in this direction and said, all right, we're going to let the bags continue to fly free, but to make up for this little bump in money, we're going to find people that stand up?
Yes. I love it. I support it. If they had like a couple aggressive flight attendants on every flight and they were like, oh, looks like somebody left some trash behind. Fine. Oh, looks like somebody stood up too early on the plane. Fine. And you just start hitting them with it. Bam, bam. This person's watching a movie with their volume all the way up, not being courteous to the people around them. Fine. This will make flying better. I believe it would. Because just like everything else, when people know that there are no rules, that the rules aren't enforced, they just do whatever they want on the plane and chaos erupts. You have to find people. You have to hold them accountable. And you have to threaten with the big whammy, which is the no-fly list. You have to be a lot more willing to flaunt that. Somebody steps up and fights somebody for no reason, bam!
What if they can fine you for not putting your phone in airplane mode?
I mean, that's not hurting anybody. Who's that hurting?
It's hurting the pilots.
No, it's not.
That's what they say.
It's a rule.
That's a lie. It's a
rule.
lie.
Fined.
It's a lie. I'll do it. I'll turn my phone on airplane mode if they want me to. But that's not why they do that. They do that because they think you're going to make a call and you're going to blow up your luggage. Sorry, airlines. The big secret is they think that you're going to take out your phone and you're going to make a call and the call is going to connect to your luggage.
I feel really weird saying this out loud, but I'm pretty sure we can get around that hurdle.
How?
There are communication techniques.
Tell me more, Al-Qaeda.
I'm not.
Letters?
Right. Somebody's thought this out a little bit.
All right. I just think that is there. You're going to make a phone call and blow up your luggage. Sounds like, don't buy from the drug dealers. They put stuff in there. Like our parents used to say.
Why do we take our shoes off at the airport for security?
Because one douchebag.
Because Richard Reed tried to light his shoe on fire. He legit had a bomb on his shoe. He lit multiple matches or lighters to try to get his shoe bomb to go off. It would have blown the plane right out of the sky. And so therefore afterwards, everybody had to take their stupid shoes off at the airport. This is the problem. All right. You know how you fix that? Richard Reed brings a shoe bomb onto a plane. You now televise the cutting in half of Richard Reed. Okay? On television, big saw right through the center. Next, please. On to the next problem. If we did this stuff, our country would be tight as can be.
Yeah, kind of like North Korea.
Tight as a drum. You don't think there are good things about North Korea? There are. Oh, there
If you're
are.
Kim Jong-un, there are.
You bet your ass. We could all be Kim Jong-uns if we make a couple of good moves here. We could really fix things, I think.
One of us is ahead of the race here.
I would be very, very excited to start doing a little bit more punishment like this. Like if you said tomorrow, I could fix so many things so fast. If you said tomorrow, hey, all these kids who ride around breaking all the laws of the road on their dirt bikes and four-wheelers and stuff, the first one who does something where like an old lady gets injured or something, we take that person, live television, we cut them in half with a saw. Never again. Like no other kid will go, it's worth it for me to fire up the CBR 250 and hop on with my friend on the Husqvarna and bolt. They're going to go, I will get cut in half on live television.
Husqvarna.
My God.
Yeah, the duck's coming after me.
It's not old. It's just that you guys are too city bound. You don't know what these things are.
Well, you
know
just answer the question?
What's a Tecumseh? You know what Tecumseh is?
No.
A person from Tecumseh?
Yeah. I figured this. You know what a two-stroke and a four-stroke are?
Those are engines.
Yeah. All right. You know what the difference is between the two?
One of them strokes twice as much as the other.
Yeah, I think it's a double.
It's kind of like me versus you, homie.
Fine. I'll take it. I think we can make things better. The cutting people in half on live TV is going to be controversial. I understand that. But are you with me? Let me know. Send a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. We deserve better. We deserve much, much better. I also saw, I don't know if I could play this, but this was wild to watch. Have you guys heard of this kind of dog? A cane corso?
Yeah.
A cane corso.
The big ones.
They're beefy looking dogs, and boy, are they scary. They are scary looking dogs.
Pie.
This one ain't. This one is wild. I don't know if I can play the audio. Stay by the
wild.
dump
It has a leash.
That ain't going to help him much. The guy who is trying to contain this dog, it not only has a leash on it, it has a muzzle on it. And it's in the middle of a store. He's in like the pet store. You should not be bringing this dog inside any store, much less a pet store. And the owner barely has control over it. I'll turn this down a little.
No.
Says no. He's trying to heal it.
No.
The dog is trying to attack him.
Good boy. Come. No.
I mean, I will say he is doing his best to like keep the dog.
Why are we doing the training in the store?
It doesn't seem like the best place because there could be somebody else going in there. Now, the dog has a muzzle. The dog is on a leash. He's doing a lot of right things here. I'm okay with a lot of these things. But I'm with Sabrina. Is this the proper place to take this pet before it's that far along? And if you don't know, if you've never brought your dog to a pet store like this, they welcome it, but it is a sea of smells for your animal. And it makes them go a little bit stir crazy. It makes your dog a little bit wild. It's on design. By design, they do that kind of stuff.
No.
This guy's dog is big.
Hey, stop.
And attacking him.
It's okay.
Maybe take it out of the dog food aisle.
Good boy.
Yeah, maybe put the spikes into his neck more.
It's okay. It's okay. No. No. Shh. Stop. No.
He's trying his best.
No. Hey. No.
Yeah, maybe this is just a bad idea. This is just not good.
Maybe he's purposely using that aisle because that's the place of most temptation.
Yeah, maybe just buy a couple bags of food and try this somewhere else.
Yeah, this seems bad for all people
Sounds like
involved.
he's going to rip your legs off, sir.
He's a big dog, man. These things aren't playing around. What I say was a Corso?
Cane
Corso. Holy cow, are they big dogs?
I want to hug it so bad.
He's trying his best. Not the dog. Well, the dog's just being a dog. But he's trying his best to keep that thing under control. What do you think about that? Let us know. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. In fact, let's work in one here. I was so bad about these yesterday. Now's the time to get one of these in. Here is a lot of people talking about the Ducks. A lot of people. Here is Concrete Mike on the Ducks. Hello.
Happy Hump Day, News Junkie crew.
Hey.
Man, that duck
would be deleted from the planet within 10 seconds of trying to come at me. Got to grab that little sumbitch by the neck and just snap its neck right in half. That's it.
Got him.
It's done. Then go feed it to the gator in the retention pond.
It will also snap your neck.
Courtney came to the door. They call her door eater in the breaks. She came to the door and she goes, I had a goose try to attack me, and the goose was honking at me and got my way. And I said, well, what did you do? Did you kick it? What did you do to stand your ground against the goose? And she said, I said, hey, get out of my way.
Stop it, goose.
Stop it. And the goose, she said, respected it and backed down, and that she was able to go on her way. And I said, for now, you've made a tiny deal with the duck, or the goose in this case, for a short period of time, but you do not have don't want to call it that. You don't want to have your end plan, your end game plan for dealing with the ducks, avoiding final solution at all costs there. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. We'll get those dispatches worked in. We got a ton of emails coming in. A lot of people talking about different animal fights that have been featured on the show. We got to eventually, I don't know if we'll get into this here. I don't think we'll have enough time, but the WNBA investigation is done. And this very crazy case out of Texas with a kayak, a jet ski, an illegal immigrant, and a whole bunch of twists and turns. All of that in just a bit here on the show. Coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
You got to get it that caper, and the caper's basically like a telephone pole, right? And you got to get that thing straight up. And you get it straight up and get your fingers under it. I know I can lift it, but I just can't get it
wrong with you describing this right.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
There's an accident reported on Hiawassee Road near Clarkona-Ocoee Road. Look out for a crash causing a bit of commotion on
Go Mike Squad. All right. Don't forget, friends, less than 20 of these ready for you right now. Get yours, and I will reveal the new magnet here in the studio. The brand new one coming up with a merch drop. Love that. But right now, we've got to get rid of these. There's 19 left for the Skull Mike Squad, folks. Get to it. Let's do it. Behaw says, I don't like how every second I've been able to listen has been a Skull Mike moment, and I got to turn it all the way down. Why do you have to turn it all the way down? Are you anti-Skull Mike, Behaw? Are you anti-Skull Mike? Better watch your ass. Watch it. I don't want to explain you to my boss. Just do it already. Just rip off the Band-Aid. I'll talk to him if you want. Put your boss on. I'll explain what's going on here. How's your Frank Sinatra karaoke skills? I just tell him to listen to the radio instead? Okay, now's your chance. Behaw's boss. Here's the deal. This is a radio show called The News Junkie, but it's also a live stream and a podcast. We have a community. We have a lot of stuff going on. Behaw, though she may have issues like the scent warnings that you've given her in the past, many other issues with being racist to her fellow employees, overall, she is a good employee and a valued asset to your company. And I can assure you that this show will only make her more effective in her role as whatever she does for you. So whatever I say, just know it's a show, which comes back in 3 minutes. He can't hear you now, and I hate your guts. Why do you, I thought I did a good job. Alicia says, never put Sean down as a reference. What was wrong with that? Show him these little curls. That'll tame him. Abraham Dragon Friend says, at least you didn't mention your drug use. I would never. Or your AIDS. And he didn't talk about the cancer? Too dark. What are you doing? Sean did the corporate compliment sandwich. Look, I just wanted to tell you, you are incredibly valuable to this company. If you show up late one more time, you're fired. But we really do appreciate you here, and we're glad to have you on board at Enron. See, I can do it. My double cancer and double AIDS. Yikes. Still no YouTube comments. The problem with having so many technical aspects of putting this show on is that there is a lot that can go wrong. That is far out of my control or anybody else's. But I'm proud to tell you it is National Hamburger Day. So chat, here's what I have for you. National Hamburger Day, lots of freebies out there. Wendy's have a junior bacon cheeseburger for $0.01 if you use the app. Shake Shack's giving away free Shack burgers with a purchase of $10 or more. But on National Burger Day, who has the best fast food hamburger in the United States of America? Who has the best fast food hamburger in the United States of America? The Big Kahuna Burger. Team Pineapple on Burgers? Backyard Burger. I don't even think I've had that before. I haven't. Who's got the best one? Here we go.
On the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Sarah Jessica Parker almost walked away from Sex and the City. She talks about that and a lot more on Are You a Charlotte? Plus, Snoop Dogg spills about his inauguration performance backlash, and trust me, he's got a lot of things to say about it with The Breakfast Club. And Aubrey O'Day, Diddy's former protege, joins Amy Robach and TJ Holmes for exclusive coverage of the trial that's gripping the nation.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is the new...
We're here to hang out with you. Imagine that. Imagine this. You can join us. Send us what we call a dispatch, a video or audio dispatch. You can record yours to get your comments on the show in just moments at thenewsjunkie.com. I saw an update yesterday. An update to the story about the president of France who he got manhandled. His old wife.
Very, very serious domestic violence incident.
Mm-hmm. She grabbed his face, and they said, "Oh, God, look at this." And I think it's because he's a small guy. And I think it's because people don't like the French president ever. And they said, look, the old lady is manhandling him. We can't let this happen. And then now, and this is so, it's like the inevitable in the terrible news world, that the second round of these stories comes out. And they're like this. It says, lip reader reveals what French President Emmanuel Macron's wife, Bridget, said moments after shoving him in the face. And a lot of these news outlets now, they go to these lip readers. Tell us what really happened.
Here's the
Tell
problem.
us what really went down.
Here's the problem for an American news outlet. You got to find a lip reader, lip reader who speaks French.
That's true.
Because if you just go to the American guy, and I'm no lip reader. I think you have to know the language to be able to read the lips.
I will say, and I don't know what level I'm at. I think I'm a pretty good lip reader. I think I'm a pretty good lip reader. Let's try this. Sabrina, in just a second here, turn off your mic and say one sentence, a short sentence. into the microphone, and then I'll tell you what you just said.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Folks on the stream, tell us. You put in your guesses, too. You can watch us on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay. Sean is a pussy-ass bitch was the first part.
Yes.
I lost it after that. I was
Suck
trying to file you could suck a fart. Sean was, see, I'm telling you, I think it's because of my blasted out hearing over the years.
But I also,
you're
moving
enunciating,
my mouth.
Yeah,
So-
more so than people do when they don't know that this is happening as a thing, right?
Yeah. And if
Or
you're
you might
not,
just move.
I'm curious because I don't remember. I remember the clip very well, but I just don't remember the back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't see much of them kind of talking to each other, but the stories it doesn't matter. If they've got nothing, they'll still go with it. French President Emmanuel Macron's wife delivered a scathing 4-word remark just moments after shoving him in the face, a lip reader has revealed. It's never been more relevant to be a lip reader.
Is it the same gal from TikTok?
Might be. I don't know. Let's see. Shocking footage showed Brigitte Macron, 72 years young, placed both hands on her husband's face before shoving him firmly. While the embarrassed-looking leader claimed the pair were squabbling, a professional lip reader has since decoded the shocking exchange. As the aircraft door opened, President Macron is seen turning towards Brigitte. In an unexpected moment, she pushes him in the face. We don't need a lip reader for that. We all saw that. As the door opened and Macron noticed that the cameras were on him, he said hi before raising his hand. We also know that. Emmanuel then steps closer to Brigitte before composing himself and crossing to the other side. He says, "Let's go." He thanks the pilot and waves at the cameras, trying to recover the public-facing image. But at the top of the stairs, things turn icy again, it says. He offers his arm. She ignores it, choosing to cling to the railing. Instead, she passes and says, "Dégagez espace de loser."
Ooh, I think that last word means loser.
That's right. You got it. You got it.
I am French.
Dégagez espace de loser. Stay away, you loser. Moments later, the lip reader claims Macron says, "Essayons s'il est plaît," which is, "let's try, please." And then she says, "non." Then he says, "Je vois," which is, "I see." And then he continues his way down the stairs.
This is all according to the lip reader.
According to the lip reader, who doesn't make any mistakes. Only home runs,
Do
never
they make
misses.
any money?
Probably not. I wouldn't think so. Real quick before we figure out what's going on in the next episode, an anonymous email coming in. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. What are they saying? Please keep me anonymous so I don't get attacked by the ducks. Hey, guys. Muscovies are crazy ducks. This is in relation to the story that happened to be out of South Florida, where a duck is terrorizing a whole neighborhood of elderly people. They are being pinned in their houses.
Not anywhere near where I grew up, I'll tell you that.
They are scared to death. They're physically being attacked by this duck. They're wounded.
Very close to death as far as the age.
They're all like patched up and ready to go. So Muscovies are crazy ducks, the anonymous email says. My son and I found a tiny duckling in the road one day, nowhere near water or other ducks. We have experience with poultry, so we took it home and raised it. It started out very sweet. At about 6 months old, it started flying in and out of the backyard and greeting the neighborhood kids on their way to school. Everyone loved Dottie. That's what they named the duck, I guess. Then one day, it went crazy. It would be loving 1 minute and fly and attack you the next minute.
I don't act like that.
We couldn't figure out what triggered it. She would be sweet to the kids walking to school and then start attacking them. We had kids running down the sidewalk screaming and running in terror. I would have to go get her sometimes and scold her and pick her up and walk back home from the school. I looked like a lunatic walking next to the road carrying a wild duck.
And scolding it.
And yelling at it.
Should have brought your duck leash.
Eventually,
it looked a lot cooler if you kept the duck leash around.
I took her to a preserve where she's living out the rest of her days away from humans, just swimming in a pond all day. But I'm with you, Sean. I may or may not have taken a 2x4 to her a couple of times when she attacked my son. Love you guys, says Anonymous. Yeah, when it comes down to humans or my people in particular, my people versus the animals in the neighborhood, the ducks, if you will, I'm going to win every time, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I am a human.
That very clear.
I am a human supremacist. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit it. I'm a human supremacist. I believe that humans are in control of this world and we are supreme to the other beings, and we deserve...
a lot more intelligent and aware of what's going on.
Perfect. And that allows us to handle a duck with its limited capacity and its anger that is lowering the quality of life for everybody in an entire neighborhood. So sometimes we take that duck, we end the duck.
I'm going to start... I'm going to post on Nextdoor this afternoon saying, I hear there's a duck killer in this neighborhood.
Do it. Take the duck out to the French Reserve, confit.
If I had time after
nice
being...
and slow.
That means with feet, I believe.
If I had time after I was done with the duck, all of Nextdoor would be my second. That would be what I followed up with. All of the people on Nextdoor who didn't realize the financial situation they were in, and now they desperately need dog food for their pet that they can't afford. Everybody who has lost some sort of animal, like Oreo the bird, and
Oreo gets lost every quarter.
Oreo ain't getting lost. He's going on trips. He's a bird. He's going on vacation.
You ready to murder Oreo?
No, because Oreo's not attacking
you?
anybody. If Oreo attacks me, then game on, baby. It's happening. I respect the animals as much as one can possibly respect the animal, as long as they respect me. But the moment they disrespect me, I will unleash human supremacy all over your duck ass. I will do it.
They don't listen to the show, Sean.
They
don't even have ears for headphones.
I hope the word gets passed along. And I do like the idea of birds with headphones. So double win, I think.
If you have to take out Oreo, we're going to taxiderm this thing?
Yes.
I don't even think we need a taxiderm. It's just a couple cotton balls.
That's fine.
He's tiny.
It's a parakeet.
Oreo is just a little tiny bird. He ain't hurting nobody. He's not messing around with anybody.
But I want to send it to a thorough taxidermist, one that'll do the job twice to make sure,
double stuffed.
That Oreo is double stuffed.
Yeah, there we go. That was good.
Was it? Well,
I think it was a good little ping pong.
Well, all right, we're going to take a quick break.
I think we'd take a long silent break.
We'll just sit here and think about what we've done.
Well, that's all I do. I can't talk to Sean anymore. He's too busy with his little club.
Doesn't stop with the club.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm working, okay? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that we are your co-workers that you need to speak to.
You are more than welcome to chime in whenever you can, but previous to me having my skull mic people and having my friends that I talk to during the breaks on YouTube and Twitch, I sat here alone a lot of the time. I've sat here just staring at the cameras.
Is that?
I talk to you all the time.
You're there much more than she is there, but mostly it would just be empty seats. So am I supposed to sit around waiting for one of you to talk to, or have fun with my friends over on the skull mic side?
We were physically there with you for the longest time, and someone messed it up. I'm not going to say who.
It wouldn't matter if I was physically there. You would still be gone. You would still be gone. We would not be
at your house.
We would not be doing anything. We would not be
What
creating.
time was the Oreo joke? I think I'm going to use that.
Skull mic content together. Oh, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
All right, Skull Makers, let's go. Skull Spawn in the next episode. Diddy's defense team is all about the mistrial, baby. An update on the P. Puffy trial, and this one's fiery. Literally, there's fire involved. A couple in Virginia avoided a visit from the Sandman, all thanks to Metallica, kind of. Plus, we go from hi Chucky to bye Chucky because Ed is dead and playing in heaven. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Wednesday forecast. And the first half of our day will be on the warm, muggy, and dry side, but we'll see some increasing clouds slowly but surely. And as we head over the course of around 2 and 3 o'clock, we'll start to see a couple of isolated showers and storms begin to bubble up, with best chances taking place as we head into about 4 and 5 o'clock today.
Skull Mike Squad. How are we? Chat, I want to be clear about something. And before I clear the air here, I want to tell you that I do not care. That I refuse to change, and that I will continue to hang out with you. They are jealous. They are jealous of Skull Mike time. They're jealous of the fun that we have. They're jealous of the overall enjoyment and the positivity that comes out of these interactions right here. They're jelly. But what are we going to do? Sean, I got fired. Now you actually have to pay me? Well, good news. There's going to be 2 open positions real soon on the show. Or at least 1 open position real soon on the show. I will never give up on my Skull Mike squad, and I know you'll never give up on me. Subscribe to Secret Shows, get your free magnet, and you'll get one of these limited, there's not too many left, Skull Mike squad stickers. Or if you're already a subscriber, gift them. Be nice to people, and they won't be jealous no matter how amazing you are. That, with all due respect, is the dumbest thing I've seen in chat all day. Be nice to people and they won't be jealous no matter how amazing they are is absolute crazy town. That is insanity. Have you not met most people? I had a friend when I was growing up, and it was one of my first forays into thinking like this. I won't say his name because it doesn't really matter. But it would be his birthday. And I'd go, oh man, that's cool. The present you got is so cool, even if it wasn't cool. And it would be Christmas. Whoa, this is really awesome. This is a great gift that you got. And then you would show your gifts to them and they go, they didn't care. Many people, not most, many people are absolutely incapable of being happy for others. Do not ever think that they are not. So be nice to people and they won't be jealous no matter how amazing you are is not true. Sorry. 3 minutes. They have cast the new Harry Potter series, the HBO series, which I'm wondering is this one because it's a little further away from J.K. Rowling? Are they going to really try to get at her? We already knew they have Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is, they picked a black guy for Severus Snape. Which, I mean, who cares on one hand, but like Severus Snape was definitely, Snape is supposed to be a super white dude. And they just said, BAM! We're not going to create a new character. We're going to replace him with Wesley Snipes. And now they've announced the rest of the cast. You've got John Lithgow, who's going to be Albus Dumbledore. Love it. Jeanette McTeer. I don't know her. The White Queen from, she has Minerva McGonagall. Then you have the Snape dude, Papa Isidore. Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead as Hagrid. Nice. Luke Thallin as Corinius Carell. And Paul Whitehouse as Argus Filch. Most of the people, especially the main characters, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, are actors that you've never heard of before, which is good, by the way. It's good. It's good to do it that way. Nick Frost is a good pick. I'm not familiar, but I'm sure they'll do well. I'm sure everybody will perform. I just wonder if they're going to try to make it full woke just to go after J.K. Rowling. Just to really to get the like woke side of the fans back, because there's always the we won't say J.K. Rowling's name types. That ain't me, y'all. All right, the next episode. Come on. Let's do it. Three, two, one.
Flash free. Zip intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
In the world of entertainment and beyond, it's good to have you on board today. You can learn more about the show, or if you miss any of the show, like let's say you're just tuning in now and you go, I like what I'm hearing, but I want to know what I missed out on.
Should have heard that other part.
There's a podcast. It's got all of the parts. It's got the beginning part, the middle part, and the end part. And you can subscribe to it for free. How do you do that? You go to thenewsjunkie.com, look for all those podcast links, and subscribe on iHeartRadio or wherever you like to get your podcasts. Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Murder is always the answer. I can't believe it.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Murder is not the answer, Sean.
Sometimes it is, though. Sometimes.
I believe you said always.
No, that was fake.
You know what is always the answer? Working with that mortgage guy, Don. I'll tell you what. He is the man, the legend. He is your BFFL, especially when it comes to big life decisions like refinancing or buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, HELOCs, reverse mortgages, and everything in between. Business owners, I'm talking to you. Work with a man who is looking out for you, and that's that mortgage guy, Don. Go to the website and start the process today, thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with
thatmortgageguydon.com. A lot of drugs today, so I bring to you, thank you, C-Lane. I got to use it one more time, the drug song.
Let's talk about drugs.
On this day, drugs.
Yeah.
On this day, several drug appearances as far as celebrities or things that I found interesting. 49 years ago, 1976, the Allman Brothers band split up after old Greggy Boy testified against his road manager, Scooter. Oh, John, that was supposed to be your nickname.
I know. It's so close, too.
This was the why that you didn't stick.
What?
It could have been, but I think it probably wasn't.
Scooter Herring. He was charged with drug trafficking. He got 75 years in prison. The group got back together 2 years later. The drug train continues the choo-choo.
Scooter just rots in prison while the Allman Brothers get to do their thing and continue to be Allman Brothers.
29 years ago, 1996, Dave Gahan of Depeche Mode arrested after overdosing on a speedball. And what's that? 2 points.
Heroin and cocaine.
That is correct, or what they call blow and smack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
At Sunset Marquis Hotel in Hollywood. And finally,
Let's talk about drugs.
17 years ago, Gary Dourdan from this show right here. CSI is right, bitch. He pled guilty to not one, but 2 felony charges, possession of cocaine and possession of ecstasy. In exchange, a charge of heroin was dropped. So I guess he was doing some speedballs as well, and he had to complete a series of drug education courses. He was busted while napping in the front seat of his car the Monday morning after Coachella.
Oh. Nice.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll get you every time.
Don't do drugs, people. Or someone who can't do drugs at all because they dead, we bid adieu, rest in peace, to Ed Gale.
Fatality.
You know what I'm talking about? Can you pull up his picture, please?
Yeah, I'll get him up. Ed Gale.
He played this icon in horror movies, or at least some of them. Want to play a game? No, that's Saw. But I want to play.
Chucky.
Chucky is right.
I don't know why I'm so surprised. I was like, oh, he's a little person. Well,
Also,
of course he's a little
The
person.
related images are killing me right now.
With Ed Sheeran for some reason.
Ed Sheeran and that old ass dude right next to him. Then that woman.
That's just another Ed Gale, I guess.
But yes,
Yeah.
Ed Gale has passed away at the age of 61. A source who was with Ed when he passed away said he died in hospice. His niece, Casey Gale, paid tribute to her fun uncle, or funkle, as we call it on the internet, in a heartfelt Facebook post. He's taken his final bow and is now headlining in the afterlife.
Aww.
Which is hell. Yeah.
Man, he played Chucky for a long time, according to some of these photos, because like he looks like a young little dude.
What? He was a little dude, but he was 61.
Yeah. No, I mean when he was originally, like a long time ago, he was with the Chucky doll. He looks a lot younger.
He had a wild journey to fame, I'll tell you that. He started by hitchhiking to California at 20 years old with just $41 in his pocket, to starring in more than 130 movies, TV shows, and commercials.
Oh.
Howard the Duck, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
I like that one. I'm
Best
in.
known.
Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town 2.
Not to forget, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town and Zombie Chicks in Chopper Town. Chucky also was his biggest role. He brought it to life, that little doll in Child's Play, and 2 other films in the Killer Doll franchise. Also was in Bones, Spaceballs, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
I don't
and now
mean to,
the brother is in heaven.
I don't want to taint his legacy.
Don't talk about his taint, please.
But did you see what happened to him back in 2023?
Yeah, tell me more.
This story says Chucky actor Ed Gale, 59.
Serious controversy?
Yeah, is under investigation after being caught on camera admitting that he wanted oral, hand, and possibly backdoor sex with a 14-year-old. It was part of a creep catcher sting operation.
Okay.
Maybe he was innocent, though. Oh, this is a text from him? Oh, no.
So he's totally not. So maybe we don't
Oh, no. It says...
and it's verified, too.
It says, a message from Ed Gale. Hold each other's weenie. Spray on... Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Spray on glitter?
Spray... Well, just parts of your body that they were hoping something...
All right, so I guess just rest.
Nobody's perfect.
What?
Mm-hmm. You heard me. I said what I said.
I'm going to...
All right.
I'm just going to segue right away to... You've heard the phrase, music saved my life.
Yeah.
True.
And according to the daughter of a couple in Virginia, that actually came to fruition. All thanks to this band and their tight schedule.
Metallica.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A couple in Virginia went to bed early on May 6th because they were supposed to see Metallica the next night, and then a truck plowed right through their living room where they'd normally be watching TVs. Maybe Chucky. Their daughter thanked Metallica for saving their parents' lives because they went to bed early to go see the band the next day.
Yikes.
That's a night show, so I'm not completely sure.
That's
how
a
that worked
real what-ifery.
out. It's a stretch, but why not?
No, I'm not saying it's a stretch. I'm just saying having left the living room early that day just lets a lot of creepy feelings.
It is, but also definitely take the opportunity to be like, thanks for saving us, Metallica. So they can be like, here's a backstage pass. Yeah. And someone's getting a front stage pass to the hospital, and her name is...
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus is right. And she caught herself an infection.
Ooh.
Yeah. She rolled around on the Hollywood Walk of Fame sidewalk for a video, the new song Walk of Fame, and she found herself with a leg infection, kneecap to be exact, of fame.
Oh, that's a bad one, too.
It's disgusting.
What's the infection? Is it staph or?
It's
MRSA?
I had a surgeon look at me and say, yuck, is her direct quote.
That's enough. That's all. Yeah.
So her leg began...
If you disgust a surgeon.
That says a lot. But also, like, people, how do you do that? Just with a roll? Did you have an open wound? There's
That's
not
how
enough
dirty.
details.
But streets are dirty. This is a dirty, dirty street.
My leg began to disintegrate within some way around the kneecap area. A surgeon said the yuck. They opened up the cadavers. They see inside the guts of humans, and they're looking at me, telling me I'm disgusting.
Brutal.
Smiling.
That's tough.
Best of luck with her kneecap. And with that, I guess I'll give you the boob tube. Shall I? Or shall we do drugs? Drugs.
We do both?
Drugs.
Doesn't seem like an either or.
The first season finale of Everybody's Live with John Mulaney. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune with Jessica Capshaw. I know she was Arizona on Grey's Anatomy. Jeopardy Masters on ABC. Series premiere of Adults on FX. Series premiere of F1 The Academy on Netflix. And streaming premiere of Captain America Brave New World on Disney+. You can catch Seth Meyers, Cory Booker, Blues Traveler, and the Gin Blossoms on Kimmel. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. And most importantly, say it with me, drugs.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you.
When we come back, we have many, many things that we have to dive into on this lovely
Diddy,
Wednesday.
Joe Exotic.
Did you tease those things?
Sure did.
How fast can we do it? Can we just save it? Save it for when we come back. We'll do that when we come back. When we come back, we'll talk about that. We got to talk about the WNBA.
Oh, yes.
And this investigation that they had going on, and now they have the results in. So we'll go over what's happening there and some of the responses to this, which I think are very interesting. We'll see what you think about that and much more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio wants to make your dream home makeover a reality. Enter today for your chance to upgrade your home in several different ways. All brought to you by Fairwinds Credit Union. Get the details at realradio.fm/contests.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
All lanes are blocked on State Road 44 at Powell Road. There's a crash getting cleared up on I-4 westbound before Lee Road. That's off to the shoulder there. Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound at Ivanhoe Road. Traffic starting to slow down at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets the beach line. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win a...
Go back, hang on. What's that? You're saying it's too late? Hello? Are you going or yeah or no? How's it look out there? Is it raining? Can't really hear. Sometimes I be pretending. All right, one of these is gone. Somebody just subbed the secret shows. We'll give them a shout out soon. Handful left. Gift the subs or subscribe to secret shows to get your very limited Skull Mike Squad sticker. When these are done, we'll have a new item, and also we'll reveal a new magnet. What's this? Breaking news. Breaking news. President Trump is told excuse me. Take 3. President Trump says he told Israel that attacking Iran would be inappropriate at this point as a deal is very close. That could change at any moment, Trump says, stressing he did not trust Tehran. Oh, you don't trust Tehran? Huge shocker. Iran is responsible for like 90% of all the chaos in the Middle East. Just remember that, friend. Just remember it. Will we ever get a deal there? I don't know. Talk about something that sucks for everybody. You look at Israel and Gaza, though a lot of the watermelon militia wants to pretend it's not an issue, the Israelis have to deal with the potential for these lunatics these animals in Hamas to bomb their cities all the time. And the people in Gaza, of course, endlessly getting bombed as a result from the IDF. And the people in Gaza actually, they're taking it from both ends. Hamas on one side, at least some of them like, and IDF on the other. So worst of both worlds, really. BDM Excon says, where does Hamas get bombs? That's a complicated question. They create them. They make them themselves. They make them out of things as simple as sugar. They repurpose weaponry. They get weaponry from Iran, a lot of it. They get it from all over the world. Bombs are us. I don't know. I have never vetted that. I'm not sure if that's actually true. Bombs.com, Stark Industries. Iran are Shia. Yes, Shiites. Some of them, not all, most of them. It's a lot of divisions in the Islamic world. Oh, Osama bin Laden was so far away too? I mean, true-ish? Yeah? Count up how many weapon systems, attack helicopters, fighter jets, and naval ships that Israel and Hamas both have. Count up how that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Like, Israel has more fighter jets, so that means what? What does that mean? Abraham Dragonfriend says, it's so sad that those kids were born in a war zone. It's brutal. It's insane. Every one of their Arab allies around them has a vested interest in, number one, keeping the Palestinians out because they hate them. They don't want them to be part of their country. When they were part of Jordan or near Jordan or any of the other countries that they've been a part of, the Jordanians said, nope, don't want Palestinians as part of our citizenry. Every one of these Arab countries has a vested interest in keeping them at odds and at war with Israel. Hence the reason why that continues to go on forever and ever, because a lot of them just want forever war with the Jews, and those kids are stuck in that strip of land getting bombed. It's ridiculous and insane, and not nearly as simple as your watermelon friend wants you to believe. Hello, Middlesex. I feel the same way for kids born in Lake County. True. True. YouTube is back, baby. YouTube, welcome. Welcome in, YouTube. You did it. They said it couldn't be done. You're back. I'm happy. Everything's working now. Everything is working. Cassie hospitalized with prego complications. Well, she was on the stand getting ready to give birth. All right, we'll figure that out too. We'll dive in. And we got a big Diddy update with some crazy ass news coming up in a second. Hang tight. SSRIs, you said.
Blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
You look great today. It's good to have you back on board, YouTube commenters on chat. It broke through. I always like to tell them it's because your comments are so bad in chat today that they won't show them in Mega Chat.
How encouraging.
I know. I mean, there's nothing else I could do. I can't reboot it. I can't fix the problem when YouTube's not showing up in chat, but they're back, baby. Good to see you. Good to see you over there. All right, let's talk a little bit about this WNBA story because the investigation is complete. And the WNBA is, I think, engaging in some promotion with these stories. I believe that. I think the WNBA is lying about a lot of these race-based stories, and I think they're using them for promotion. And we'll get to their statement on the latest one in this investigation that came up with nothing. And I told you it was going to come up with nothing. I told you. I said, wait, watch. They will come up with nothing. You know why? Because WNBA fans, people who pay to go see these WNBA games, aren't exactly a bunch of crazy racist lunatics like people seem to think they are. But
lesbians.
Those are the players. The WNBA.
And the fans, but.
The WNBA is in the business, I think, of promoting the only two people that anybody really talks about. All right?
Caitlin
Clark and Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, yes.
Those are the two big names, and the division between them because of their color of their skin has been a major talking point. And I truly believe the WNBA is like, look, Brittany Griner is so yesterday, no one cares. Nobody cares. The viral video, Brittany Griner, have you ever heard a real voice? No one cares. They care about this stuff, and they continuously frame everything as Caitlin Clark's fans are racist or Angel Reese is racist, whatever. Like, it's a race thing, and it's not. It's just so obviously not, save for a couple of lunatics online. So before we get to the results of the investigation, here is how this all started. This is when there was a game that was going on between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever, and at that game, there was a bunch of claims that there was something racist that took place. The fans were being racist. Let's listen in.
The WNBA is looking into racist comments aimed at Chicago Sky guard Angel Reese.
Today, we are hearing from Reese herself. Tina Nguyen also has team reaction.
Uh-oh. What did they say?
In the midst of the WNBA's ongoing investigation of hateful speech from the Sky's season opener against Indiana, Angel Reese is keeping her focus forward, adding, quote, "There's no place in this league for that."
They understand that this is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech. And obviously, the women in this league, they know that, and know there's no space for that. And I believe that every player in this league deserves to be treated with respect. And I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously, in the moment, it's hard to hear, but my support system is great. God has protected me in so many different ways.
All right, blah 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 blah. She's saying there's no place for this in this league, and she's talking about racism. And it's like the fourth story like this that's popped up where they try to say the WNBA fans are racist. And go back to my words. Roll the tape. What did I say about this? I said they will conduct this investigation, and there will be no evidence that says anything racist happened to Angel Reese or any other player out there playing for the WNBA. Why? It would have come out immediately. There's cameras everywhere. They find some loon who goes, no, I heard it. I'm telling you, I heard it. Here's the WNBA. Here's their statement in the wake of this. They were lying about this. They were doing this, I think, for promotional reasons. After the investigation, they say, the WNBA issued the following statement regarding Chicago Sky at Indiana Fever game on May 17th. We have investigated the report of a racist fan behavior in the vicinity of the court during the game based on information gathered to date, including from relevant fans, team, and arena staff, as well as audio and video review of the game. We have not substantiated it. Oh my, what a grand shock. I really will never recover from this. The WNBA is committed to fostering a safe and inclusive environment for everyone and will continue to be vigilant in enforcing our fan code of conduct. My God. Such a surprise. Who could have ever seen this coming?
So who is the person right now that's saying they heard it?
I don't know if Angel Reese said that she heard it. She did say what you heard her say, which was like, there's no room for this in the league. There's no room for this in the league. I just continue to say I don't think there is a lot of it in the league.
I don't think this is a big problem. In fact, you might find that a lot of heat is coming the other way to Caitlin Clark online from people who are fans of the other. It's just a rivalry. It's a rivalry. It really doesn't have a lot to do with the color of these girls' skin, other than that's what media outlets and sports have become obsessed with. But one of the people who like doubled and tripled down on this, her name is, I hope I'm not screwing this up. I apologize if I am. I don't mean to degrade. ESPN's Chiny Ogumike. Chiny Ogumike, I think. I'll probably regret saying that way.
How do you spell it?
Chiney, Chiny, and then Ogwumike is this ESPN person's name. And she has actually, after the investigation, allegedly apologized. Let's listen in. Let's see what she had to say.
Hey, everybody. I'm sure you've seen the WNBA statement on the investigation. And I want to address this with the same energy I did the first time, because if you really know me, I always try my absolute best to uplift the WNBA.
Okay.
To celebrate the amazing players, the coaches, and of course the fans. That is something that is at the core of everything that I do. But if you know me, you know I'm not afraid to say I can do better. I am sorry that my message was in the heat of the moment, because when I initially spoke on the topic, it really came from a place of care. It was based on firsthand conversations with people very close to the situation who raised real concerns, and they told me what they had experienced. And I felt like it was important and it was necessary to acknowledge those allegations and also voice those experiences.
But
now in the process, however, I totally recognize that it may have impacted fans in a way that I did not intend, and I am sorry. I'm also happy that the WNBA treated the matter with the utmost seriousness, followed through with the investigation, and I understand that having a platform comes with a responsibility, and I do not take that lightly.
All right, okay. I like at least that this person that came out and was like, I'm hearing from all my sources, and there was a bunch of racism happening on the court. It comes back and says, you know what? I got it wrong.
Chinese? I got
Chiny?
that. Chinese? Damn it, I just had it. Hold on.
Give me that last name, because that's where I'm really struggling.
Aguamica.
Okay,
Chinese
Chiny-
Aguamica.
Chiny Aguamica.
That's what
is her name.
Google says it is.
Are you saying it's
What
something
else do you
else?
have?
Chiny Aguamica.
That's what Google says. And then here's her actually being interviewed by, I think, Stephen Smith on ESPN, where they should probably know how to say it correct way.
And happy to have her on this show for the first time, the one and only Shanae Ogumike.
Okay.
It's totally different than what Google says.
Okay, I'm sorry then.
Shanae seems more likely, though, doesn't it? Shanae.
Ogumike? Ogumike sounds more fitting of the spelling than Aguamica.
Oh, I have
Aguamica
the,
sounds...
when
what?
she was drafted in the WNBA.
All right.
They definitely would know how to say it, right?
I hope so. Let's listen in.
I'm sending it to you.
Oh, okay.
It's from my
All right.
laptop, so.
I was just sitting there waiting, like, all right, is it coming across? Here we go.
I don't have the connection just yet. I'm sorry.
Shanae Ogumike. All right. That's what we are being told as of the latest
Also,
clip.
Google, you should get the correct pronunciation.
I don't have it. Here it
With
is.
the first pick in the 2014 WNBA draft, the Connecticut Sun select Chinae Ogumike from Stanford.
Shanae Ogumike.
Three different ways.
That was closer to Stephen A. Smith, though. It was closer to what he said
Yeah.
at the very least.
Oh, F you, Google.
They got
But
Shanae.
the bottom line,
Google just
Shanae,
really screwed Sabrina over. I mean,
I
just really
feel-
embarrassed her.
I am very embarrassed.
bottom line, Shanae, good on you. She said, I'm never afraid to say that I could do better. My thoughts on the WNBA investigation. You got to do better. I think there's people just looking for boogeymen wherever they can in the WNBA, and they want to fight these people against each other. And I've seen Caitlin Clark seemingly take the higher road many, 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 many times. I don't know why they would ever go after her. She's not like some MAGA supporting right-wing crazy sports figure. She's actually very much in line, like even politically and stuff. You'd probably call her woke if you looked at some of the things that she says. She talks about white privilege and stuff. But still, it's like this target that exists where we pretend things are happening. Like there's a bunch of racists in the WNBA stands. Come on. It's an effort to promote the league. And I don't think that's going to promote things in a way that's healthy for any league, even the always a little desperate for attention WNBA. All right. Let me know what you think. Okay. Let's see here. I want to get to this story out of Miami, which was so crazy. In fact,
Was the heat
stay
on?
by. It was. Stay by the dump button.
Ready to go.
In fact, I'm gonna mute this. I'm gonna mute this because I think that there's some cursing going on here. Does this area look familiar to you that you're seeing here? This is in downtown Miami somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that. I don't know if it's before or after the bridge. I'm getting a vibe that it's after.
This is in downtown Miami somewhere, and there was a cop.
This was the cop. Yes,
Yeah,
I saw
you
this
saw
this
it?
morning. Yep.
There was a cop doing, what do you call it? Like when the cop is directing traffic, I guess. The cop is in the intersection directing traffic, getting people to turn when they're supposed to turn. And a car drives right into the police officer. And the car picks the police officer, driven by, of course, the man behind the wheel, and pushes the police officer a little ways across the intersection. And the cop pulls out his gun and starts firing through the window.
Right into it. Multiple shots.
And in the most bizarre turn of events, I'll put this up on See It Now during the break. The driver, he gets out, and it almost looks like he's playing a game of Grand Theft Auto, and he wants to pretend like he wasn't driving in the car.
There was a small moment of
it's so
he was going to
weird.
walk away as if he's just a bystander.
All right, well, here we go. Ready? Okay, so here's the car driving across.
And
the
you hear
cop
pop, pop,
shoots
pop,
through
pop, pop, pop,
the
pop.
windshield, and then the car stops, and then the guy rushes over to the intersection.
And he just puts his hands in his pocket and walks away.
He walks a couple of steps in the intersection like, me? What are you talking
Okay.
about? I didn't do anything.
And then he gets tased, I believe,
Then they
right?
tase him. Yeah, then they tase him and take him down.
Also, the crazy part is the cop on the hood of the car just unloads into the car. And the man, one, was not shot, and two, that was the,
C-Line, can you find...
next move.
See if you can find a clip that has more than this, because this literally starts when the cop is on the hood of
that
the guy's
Orlando?
car. Yeah, I think so. Or
And what are the odds that somebody caught that, too?
Somebody must have caught it before this, because I've seen, I think, a little more space before. It's like the guy on the hood being pushed and shooting, and then the car coming to arrest, and then the guy getting out, and then he runs across the stop walk and on with his day, puts his hands up, and they end up arresting him. But I want to know what happened before that. Like, how far went by without this guy shooting his gun off? Did he just get hit by the car and then just start firing through the windshield? I honestly don't know. Let me see. I'll bring up NBC Miami. I'm sure that they have seen this.
NBC Miami right now. I don't know if you're in the same headline as me, but it says, sister says man who allegedly hit Miami cop with car was wrongfully shot at Bayfront Park.
Okay.
Now, another headline said that the sister said he didn't mean to hit the cop.
Okay.
I don't know how
Did he
she
miss
could...
the bright highlighter yellow vest?
I don't know how she can know that unless she was... I don't know if she was in the car or not. I just know that the man is in critical condition and had to undergo surgery.
Yeah.
So he did.
He's shot multiple times through the windshield, right at him, you know?
Yeah. As you would if you had a gun and you were being currently hit by a car.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Let's see what else they say. Here's NBC Miami. Like, how fast did this all go down?
A man was shot by police after they say the driver struck him with his car. NBC 6 reporter Laura Rodriguez joins us live now from Jackson Memorial Hospital with an update on the case and that man's condition. So, Laura, what do we know?
So we just spoke to that man's sister, and she tells us he was recently able to speak within the last few minutes. He told her and his mother that he thought he was going to die yesterday. The sister who we spoke to was also in the car last night when all of this unfolded.
Okay, so not only was she there, she was in the car. Yeah. But why did this guy run into a cop? You can't run into a cop. You can't do that. And if you run into a cop, people will go, he didn't even have a gun. But your car can be a deadly weapon. Yeah.
That's the weapon I meant. He had
Is it possible that he did not see the cop?
I don't know. I'm going to need some kind of reason why the car ended up plowing into, while he's at the wheel, this police officer.
She says her brother was wrongfully shot.
a loud shot and glass moving everywhere. It happened really,
she must have been in the car
really fast.
Yeah, she was.
Sherlyn Clark was in this BMW with her brother Menelik Sunday night looking for parking to attend a music festival.
Okay.
Miami police say an officer directing traffic at Biscayne Boulevard and 2nd Street was hit by Menelik Clark, prompting the officer to shoot him.
We don't know exactly what happened. We do know that there was physical contact between the officer and the vehicle.
We were all stopped. We were in the middle lane. He told everyone else to go with his hand signaling that we can go. And then he stood in front of my brother's car and shot him.
Clark was taken to the
Well, hold on.
You're missing a part there.
Hold on. He didn't stand in front of your brother's car and shoot him. He was on the hood of your brother's car as the car was already going across the intersection when the video I saw started. So it's not like he stepped in front of the car and just like started shooting at your brother. Your brother at some point ran into him unless the cop jumped on the hood of the car, which I don't know if that happened.
Hospital, and he's now in stable condition. The officer was also transported with minor injuries.
We don't know if any shots were fired from inside the vehicle yet.
They weren't.
The only one that was firing the gun was the officer. My brother does not have a weapon on him. There's no weapons, nothing. He wasn't carrying anything. When he got out the car, he still didn't have a weapon. He was just in shock because he just got shot.
Where did he get shot?
He got shot multiple times. I don't know where. Let me see if the story mentions where he got hit.
Pretty point blank, aside from having the windshield to travel through.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would have done to deflect the bullets at that close of a range. But he was being shot pretty close. It's a miracle that he's alive, I think.
Yeah, the only one firing was the officer. Florida Department of Law Enforcement is handling the investigation. I heard 3 shots, pow, pow, pow.
She told CBS Miami she was in the car. Her brother was trying to drive around the police officer, not toward him. She said the officer had signaled with his hands the drivers in the area should pull forward, which is what she said to NBC. The officer had then moved in front of a car. She told CBS it wasn't intentional to hit him, no. But
he did
once
get
you
hit.
hit the police officer, you're not being wrongfully shot.
I mean, that was like, there's a bump and then there's a cops on your hood.
Yeah.
But how quickly was as soon as that happened, cop pulls out the weapon and unloads?
I don't know. There's got to be more. I hate when a video starts at like the worst time where I can't figure out any kind of context around it.
Straight cams.
Oh, yeah, there is. There is. And they said
they're still reviewing all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they absolutely said that they were looking into this. So I'll put that up on See It Now so you can take a look when you get a second. And as you peek at that, let us know what you think with the dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com. Before too long, we've got 2 big stories in jury duty. One being your update, your daily update on the Diddy case. Are they going to get him or is he going to squeak away? Because still haven't seen real proof of racketeering or human trafficking. Still haven't seen a lot of proof of that in the courtroom. Seen a lot of terrible behavior. A lot of very bad things, but still not that. Everybody's thinking that Diddy is done for, that he's going to be found guilty. They have to prove this to the jury. The jury has to be convinced. Maybe they are, maybe they won't be. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the woman who was killed. She was kayaking on a lake in Texas when these people allegedly from Venezuela in this country illegally, this woman on a jet ski plowed into her and then dipped. And then left. There was a bunch of arguments about this, and we'll see what happened with that story in jury duty. So that's on the way as well. More from the NOLA escape, a lot on the way, and we're going to bring it all to you. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
He is always on TikTok.
It is. Listen, I have shunned most of all of my other social. I am a TikTok guy.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
All lanes are blocked on State Road 44 at Powell Road. There's a crash getting cleared up on I-4 westbound before Lee Road. That's off to the shoulder there. Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound at Ivanhoe Road. Traffic starting to slow down at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets the beach line. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Orlando this summer for a global showdown. Experience world-class soccer as football legends collide at Camping World at Ender & Co Stadium. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Get your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets. That's FIFA.com/tickets.
The city.
Las Vegas.
Go on. Herstory will be made. Hey. I just don't feel like we have enough info on that story. Like, did the cop, was he just like close by and he tripped over the hood and he starts firing into the car? Did the guy actually drive into the cop, hit him, start pushing him across the intersection? If he did, that's a fuck around and find out. You can't do that. The Real Water Boys of Central Florida says, I get all my useful news here, so I don't know. Useful and useless. Both of them. Sea Witch says, RICO cases are about establishing a pattern of criminal behavior. Trial is expected to last 8 weeks-ish. It's too soon to say they haven't proven their case yet. Yeah, no it's not. No it's not. It's not too soon to say they haven't proven their case yet. But I'm not in the courtroom, so I don't know what the jury is feeling or what they've seen narrative-wise. I could say you from the reporting, it doesn't seem like they have proven their case yet to this point. It doesn't seem like that. But you could have like a longer narrative that they're trying to tie Sea Witch. Personally, I think that the attorney should be like, Diddy is accused of this, this, and this, and here's proof that he did this, this, and this. And instead, this seems like Diddy is accused of this, this, and this, and here are 11 reasons why Diddy is a terrible human being, which he does appear to be. And if that is illegal on its own, throw him away. Or if you want to get him for domestic abuse, or like just a number of illegal things that I've heard so far. But I think you can say to this point, I don't know that they would have a good chance of getting a verdict yet that would be guilty. Big Juan 411 said, y'all reaction proved he was black, didn't need to see the video. Thank you for your dumb bullshit race nonsense again. Keep doing that. I'm going to warp you out of chat forever. Don't be that guy. Hey, I'm the guy who shows up and says, I can tell I've got the secret racist decoder. I've got the racist decoder and I've found the racist guy because of how y'all were acting. Yes, that's it. Nailed it. There is a witness scheduled today who is also trafficked for sex like Ventura was. I believe her name is Mia. Yes, there is somebody who's a friend named Mia who's scheduled to be testifying today. I listen to the show every day while at work. I know which story is black and which story is white. That's your dumbass processing of all of this, making everything about race, because you're probably retarded and you do that about everything in your life. Do it 1 or 2 more times with stories, and I'm going to zap you out of existence in this chat. I don't want that dumb shit. Don't want it, won't have it. The over and over, like, actually, I decoded the Rosetta Stone of racism on your show, and that's what, no, fuck you, peace out, bye. Bye. YouTube is a Celsius of chats? You mean good? YouTube is great. There's just no price of admission for chatters, so you get what you get. B-Haw's boss is not going to like this. The racism garbage is getting old. It's the only excuse. If the audio is going in and out, it might be because I'm cursing or because I'm screaming. That was not all on air. My microphone is off.
Angie saying, shut that S down. It's annoying. It's like, it's low-calorie chat nonsense. You guys are better than this. If YouTube is so good, why won't any other chat take them in? YouTubers are the Palestinians of the chat world. I mean, Twitch is. YouTube and Twitch, you're all Palestinians today. The pink cowgirl says, say it. I'm going to say this. We're coming back. Come on. Oh no, I didn't even know that.
Grocery voucher to indulge in fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/fresh from Florida.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
He's smiling, and that alone should scare you. This
Thank you. Go join in on the fun. TheNewsJunkie.com. TheNewsJunkie.com. Miss any of the show, get the podcast as well. It's on the very same website waiting for you. Couple of things to go through here. And one is, I don't think this is controversial. I think the only thing that will be controversial about it will be that people think it's fake, and it might be. But I love it so much. Have you seen the kangaroo that was trying to allegedly board the plane? What?
That's a ridiculous sentence you just said.
I know, and I think it's fake. It has to be a setup.
But let's see.
There's a woman arguing with a gate employee of an airline.
Gate.
And she's trying to get her little kangaroo on with her. And the kangaroo, during the fake, it's got to be fake, the back and forth that they're having, the kangaroo is holding his boarding pass.
Okay.
That's so cute.
You see the look?
That's adorable. Why didn't he put it in his pouch?
He's sitting there holding the... Oh, watch, I'll play this. Hang on.
I mean, I think it's real, but totally set up. But I'm here for it. Subscribed.
The kangaroo holding...
Sweetie pie.
The boarding pass is like, oh... I don't want to be flying.
This is
humans.
A beta kangaroo. You don't see it with like the massive muscles and traps. It's just trying to get on its plane and get to where it's going. Thank you.
Look how cute it is. It's
I love it.
It's holding its boarding pass in its hand.
It has a little belt on.
He's got a little belt. And as two humans argue, the human's like, well, I don't understand why I can't go on the flight with my kangaroo. The decision to zoom in on the kangaroo's face was so good.
What language? That sounds like French. Are they speaking French?
Maybe. I'll put this up on CNN.
To distract.
Maybe. Yeah, he might have. He said, look, this whole thing with my wife, too big of a controversy. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'm doing it now, and you got to see this. The kangaroo sitting there with the boarding pass in his hand, just waiting at the gate like, can you guys just either approve me or send me home? Let me know what you think, all right? Here we go. Kangaroo. It's got to be fake, but I love it. Kangaroo airport video. It doesn't look like it's a set airport, which is one thing that is a little confusing to me. It looks like, because usually the fake airplane videos are done on a set that looks like the inside of a 767 or 747 or large commercial plane,
27,
and somebody will it's like a couple of rows of seats,
yeah.
And somebody will stand up and they'll be like, "My ass, kiss your ass." Wait, hold on, your ass, kiss my ass,
yeah.
And then they'll start fighting back and forth over something.
Sure. But this is clearly a private airport.
I don't know what it is, but
this
I love
person
it.
is very rich, and they have a sweet kangaroo pet, and I'm in.
This says Grok says, yes, the video of the kangaroo holding a boarding pass in an airport is likely AI generated.
No, AI,
The original
not even a
post
real kangaroo.
labels it as AI. No credible reports confirm such an event. Kangaroos have appeared at airports like in Melbourne in 2013 or 2021 flight.
Oi.
I mean, it could be, but God, do they? If AI, look at this on See It Now, folks. That's not AI. That's not AI. I think the AI. I think the AI is wrong.
Count all the fingers.
Here's why I don't think this is AI. Number one, it's not crisp enough. That's number one. Number two, the AI that's been done with Google's software in the latest couple of rounds here, iterations, the audio is crisp. Actually, AI at this level would be a further level than it is now. It's not there where you can make it sound like somebody just picked up a phone and did this. The zoom in, the people, the shadows. This I don't believe this is an AI video.
All right,
actually.
but what's this figure 8 on the wall?
Right there?
Is that
That's
an
a great
airline
question.
logo?
Infinity.
I don't know. There's an Infinity logo here. Folks, help us to dive in a little bit more. This looks
What are the comments
okay.
saying?
Back here. Well, I just saw the one where the AI said it wasn't AI.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
All right, now I'm looking in here.
Okay, I'm getting a little AI vibe right now. I gotta be honest.
Looking at the actual boarding pass looks a little AI-y.
Look at the face. It's a little AI.
Well, it just looks cute. It's just chilling here. There's some depth of field, which would make me think it's not as much AI. If this is AI, I will go down saying this is the best fake video I've ever seen in my life. If it's AI. If that is true and that is AI, it's the best one I've ever seen because it lacks the professional feel. It lacks the polish that you often get in an AI video. But check it out. Go over to See It Now. Let us know what you think. Let me see if anybody else is weighing in on this. Deep state of sympathy. I forgot to know this isn't real. God save us from the tsunami of AI crap. You may be wondering how I got here, and it's a freeze frame of the little kangaroo guy. AI, but great meme potential. This is a snapshot of the fingers. I've got 5 fingers, perfect, with a wedding ring.
Yeah, but that
AI
might be
cannot do
might be the real video. They AI'd the kangaroo into it.
Maybe that would be more believable if they took a source video.
But I'm down
and
to
the only part that's fake is the kangaroo.
I'm down to be naive because I just love this idea. And I love that kangaroo.
Is this one real? Kangaroos are wild,
all
man.
decided to settle in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, totally real.
Australia is a strange place, folks. This woman's just trying to tee off at the golf course. And there's
sounds like a what is this, a par 17?
There's like 100 little kangaroos that just show up right in front of her. I don't know. That some of these are real. This is real, for instance. This is a real video. You might see this making the rounds today. And they're calling it Harambe's Revenge. And it shows a gorilla.
Yeah. Today's the day.
The gorilla gets mad.
Today is the day?
I'm saying.
Is it the anniversary?
This week was the anniversary.
Oh, my God.
The gorilla in this video gets mad and wants to do something about somebody who's gawking at the gorilla in a zoo. And the gorilla throws a capybara at the zoo visitors. You guys know what a capybara is?
Yeah.
You familiar?
Giant gerbil.
It's like a massive dog-sized gerbil.
I had one at the house once.
And here, you see the monkey. Just winks. It's a little
hit a kid.
Is it dead?
The monkey flings at the gorilla,
Also,
flings a
why-
capybara, takes out a kid. That's not AI.
Also, the aim is incredible. 2, they're just shoving the dead capybara
They just kick
in lab coats. I'm getting an AI vibe.
And I think there's a chance maybe it's just hay. Is that what it is? And the capybara is part of the story is not real. But it wallops the little kid.
In a lab coat is coming through.
In the greatest way possible. This one's not AI, I assure you, because this is older. It's before they started
I don't think they put those two in the same enclosure.
No. I think he's got hay. And he's tossing it out. I'll put this up on See It Now as well.
Animal heavy today on the show.
Yeah, why not? Why not? It's a good time to be animal heavy, I guess. All right, I'm putting this out there for you. Take a peek at it and let us know if anything else that we talk about you want to see the visual for. That's the whole point of See It Now. Gorilla throws capybara. I don't even know how to spell capybara. Is just like I think. C-A-P-Y.
B-A-R-A.
B-A-R-A. Got it. Nailed it. It's up for you on See It Now. Take a peek when you can. When we come back, we'll get into jury duty, which, as I said, will include the update on the Diddy case and what's happening there. Some testimony today that should be pretty important. And also this death in Dallas, Texas, or the Texas area on Memorial Day weekend that is absolutely blowing up now. What happened? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
Orlando City SC's back on the pitch tonight. They got a match in Atlanta. Lions have won 3 in a row after shutting out Portland this past weekend. The Rays, they're making a change behind the plate, designating catcher Ben Rortvedt for assignment today after acquiring Matt Thaiss from the White Sox. And former NBA star Sean Kemp is awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty to shooting at 2 men who allegedly stole stuff from him. I'm Scott Davidson.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Folks, here we are, spring into summer before you know it. Temperatures are up. When it's not raining, it's hot. It's just the way it works. You need somebody when your AC goes into breakage territory, when your AC goes on the fritz, as they say. Oh, I hate to say fritz on a Wednesday like this. But when something goes wrong with your AC, you need somebody you can trust. That person you can trust is Leon Mills. He created a company called Mills Air. They're locally owned and operated. They're family owned and operated. They're there to help you out. They are not going to rip you off. They are not going to take advantage of you. I'm so happy to tell you about Mills Air for that exact reason. You're in good hands. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Their phone number is 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or because you'll probably forget the number, just remember this, millsair.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data.
Go, Mike, wait. Be patient. Got something for you. Hang tight. Big thanks to Bell Nathan, or Nathan Bell, I would imagine, for being a Secret Show subscriber, signing up here. Martel, thank you for being a Secret Show subscriber. Ascrobala Jr., Ascrobala, thank you for being a Secret Show subscriber. Tareen, thank you for signing up for Secret Shows. Truth Teller, thank you. Detrios, thank you. And Shackle, thank you, all Secret Show subscribers as of the last bit. Thanks for signing up. You can get on board too. Get one of the final Skull Mike Squad stickers. What's Secret Shows? You're going to find out. Uncensored weekly shows, bonus content. You can unlock the entire website, and you get discounts on merch. And there's merch on the way, friend. If you're already a Secret Show subscriber and you want to get the stickers, all you have to do is gift. Hit that gift icon on the website. C-Lane is saying he found the artist who created the Kangaroo Airport video. So we'll talk about that.
And I wonder if he used some elements of real footage in there, because it's if yes. Also, he says he's like a video editor, which doesn't necessarily mean this is done in AI in the traditional way that we think. So I want to see what layers there are to that. By the way, they released the best barbecue in Texas today on Axios Dallas. And Fort Worth's Goldie's Barbecue has been bumped from the #1 spot. 4 years after it landed on top of the list, Goldie's is bumped from #1. And who's #1? Burnt Bean Company Barbecue. #1 in Texas. Burnt Bean Company in Texas. Where is the best barbecue you've ever had in your life? The best barbecue. Where was it from? We just went for my birthday and got the platter from the Polite Pig. Pretty good. Pretty good. Some of the barbecue was a little dry. Some of it, cornbread. They give you like a muffin of cornbread. Not enough. Give me more. But you got a lot of stuff, and the sausage was delicious. Good stuff. 90 seconds. Hang on. Taco Bell's cousin? Oh, I didn't keep my phone up like a dodo. Treat yourself to a round of sausages. Franklin's in Austin, and Lewis is in Charleston, South Carolina. Some recs. Briskets in Oviedo is the best local I've had. Hang on. Gotta go, folks. Hello? Okay, I'll bring it down.
Artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855 Eliquis.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
See what's happening with this Diddy case, which has been probably the big legal story of the last couple of weeks, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And everybody will be waiting to see if he's guilty or not guilty, according to the jury, and what the outcome of all this will be. We still got maybe a couple of months or maybe a month before we get to the end of that rainbow.
They thought it was going to be 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we're into what, week 3?
3? Yeah, I think we're about 3 weeks in. If they keep it between that 8 and 10 weeks, you got a little bit of time left. But if they're going to be proving that Diddy is guilty of these crimes that he's charged with, I feel like the strategy has to be about, let's focus on why what he did fits in these exact charges. And that's going to be an important one. The story about the kangaroo at the airport, as suspected, I told you right away, I was like, I think this is fake. I think this is fake. But if it is fake, I said, it's one of the best fakes I've seen. And C-Lane says it's by this guy, Infinite Unreality, a visual effects artist.
That's the logo that we saw in the corner.
That is the logo. That was at the airport.
He's good.
That's right. Yeah. And so that means the whole thing was faked with, I get, just using AI.
But he's going in and doing some post.
All right,
right?
here's one.
Be.
This is the actual source file. It's so adorable. Yeah, so this was the source file from his account about 2 days ago. It says no kangaroos on the plane.
What else he got? What was that?
He's
Shrek
got
one?
this. This one is a hippo on the plane.
So it is AI, but he's doing some extra artwork, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't know how he's making the people around the AI look so realistic, but it's a 4th of July one. Uncle Sam on the hood of a car with fireworks.
It's great.
The audio on these is very impressive.
Go to
I
the
know
Shrek.
that
It's up there. I
Shrek?
just saw it. Yeah, it was like a Shrek.
Right here?
Yep.
They're Shrek humans in a hot tub.
It's Shrek humans in a hot tub with Puss in Boots and the donkey. And Shrek and Fiona.
And Princess Fiona with some boobs.
And then in the hot tub, the donkey just pukes everywhere. So he says, donkey has been drinking too much Shamrock shakes at McDonald's.
Oh, I like this guy. It's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a reason why this person has 248,000 followers. It's pretty damn impressive.
About to get one more.
I like this. Little baby teaching lessons in class. We are at the point. We literally, like the emailer who started the show today, we are at the point where you got to question everything. And I questioned the durability of the kangaroo.
Excuse me?
And what we were seeing there at this airport, I wanted it to be real, but it clearly is not. It's this particular artist.
Here's the thing, though. We question everything, but there is a good chunk of society.
They believe everything.
Yeah, I mean, off the bat.
Yeah, they do.
They're not aware of what AI is and what it's capable of.
It's only going to get more difficult to discern those things, but here we are.
We're AI and you don't even know it.
Could we be? Let's do it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. It is very, very easy for you to get distracted after an accident. Lots of attorneys trying to get your attention. But what you need is somebody who you've heard on this show, who you trust, who will fight for you, I promise. And you'll be amazed how quick you could be walking away with a check that you deserve. You pay the insurance companies all the time. How about it's your turn every once in a while after you've been injured? 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. Diddy case updates. What do we got? Let's see here. Yesterday, real quick, in testimony, Capricorn Clark, she was speaking. Great name, Capricorn Clark, said that Diddy was outraged to learn that Cassie and Kid Cudi were seeing each other. We learned a lot about the two of them going back and forth. And then the allegations that Diddy broke into Kid Cudi's house and unwrapped his Christmas presents, which is the ultimate, like, Grinch move that you could ever think of. And then you had Suge Knight mentioned in court, who, by the way, says this. Suge Knight, Death Row Records founder, says Puffy and I are not friends, but Puffy should definitely walk at the end of the day. The most important thing is it was other executives that was involved in Puffy's life, and for Puffy to be the only guy that gets on the stand is a sad day for hip-hop, he says. So he's got a friend out of his enemy right now, at least. And today you've got some other people who are testifying, including one woman who says she was like an escort and a friend of Cassie's, perhaps, and a lot of stuff going on there.
There was a witness, an arson investigator, testified about the Molotov cocktail thrown into Kid Cudi's car back in January 2012. Believe the device was thrown at the behest of Diddy in a jealous rage over Cassie.
All right.
And testified his unit had recovered fingerprints on the bottle used for the firebomb, but the fingerprints were from an unknown woman. And now
How do
the
you know it's from a woman?
Because ladies have different fingerprints. They're
That's a good question, actually.
The defense lawyer cried out for a mistrial because the witness revealed the fingerprints connected to the arson attack had been destroyed.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen the story you just sent over. Diddy trial defense team moves for mistrial. And this happens a lot in these kind of cases, so it's not really.
This is like the 4th, 5th, or 6th time they've moved for mistrial.
Well, yeah, I just mean like it's a normal thing for the defense to move for a mistrial. It's always going to happen.
Go down to now the drama.
Oh, this is from the actual firebomb attack, huh?
Yeah.
There's some bad damage here. Okay, now the drama.
He was on trial for arson.
Yeah, true. The investigator revealed those fingerprint cards Cuddy had given to them were destroyed in 2012 by the LAPD. The defense jumped on this, claiming it would be exculpatory evidence if the fingerprints at the burglary didn't match the fingerprints at the arson scene. The defense argued the prosecution knew the insinuation would prejudice the defense's case, but proceeded anyways. The jury was sent out of the courtroom. Diddy defense attorney Alexandra Shapiro said the feds were trying to plant the idea with these jurors that Mr. Combs had something to do with the destruction of these fingerprints. The judge rejected the claim and denied the motion for a mistrial. So no mistrial. Sorry. Judge says no. And
I wish this was taped. I wish there was cameras in this courtroom.
Me too. I really do. I think it would be great.
We need to revisit these laws.
Over from the BBC, big news
Across
in
the pond.
The Tate world. UK prosecutors are now saying 21 charges have been authorized against the Tate brothers. That's Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. Let's see what they say of the charges. They got their hands full with Russell Brand, and now the Tate brothers too? Prosecutors in the UK have confirmed for the first time they authorized 21 charges against Andrew and Tristan Tate, including rape, actual bodily harm, and human trafficking. The Crown Prosecution Service said it authorized the charges against the brothers in 2024 before an extradition warrant was issued to bring them back from Romania. They've been under investigation in Romania following a number of charges are facing them, which they deny. I'm amazed that they still haven't had any resolution of the Romania stuff. Like, it's been way too long for that. CPS said Andrew Tate, 38-year-old influencer and former kickboxer, faces 10 charges connected to 3 alleged victims. And Tristan Tate faces 11 charges connected to 1 alleged victim. There you go. The latest for the Tate brothers is those charges. Nothing is stuck against them just yet, but they've got a lot of charges that they're facing in Romania and elsewhere. All right, we got to get to the story out of Texas about the kayak versus Jetski illegal immigrant attack. You got to get to an update out of the Middle East that we need to talk about. More on the New Orleans prison escape and just a whole bunch more in our final hour of the show. Make sure you're hanging out with us. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 #1 on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on State Road 44 at Powell Road. There's a crash blocking the left turn lane on State Road 434 eastbound at McCulloch Road. The left lane's blocked on State Road 408 westbound at Conway East Toll Plaza. Expect traffic to pile up in those areas. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When disaster strikes your home or business, you need more than a quick fix. You need a team you can count on. You need Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida. From storm and water damage to fire, smoke, or mold, Paul Davis Restoration is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get life back on track. They dry, clean, repair, and restore. Fast, professional, and reliable every step of the way. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. So if you never
Go, Mike Squad. Got less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. How you holding up? They played guilty, and he's only pardoning him because they're Republican, plain and simple. Mr. Self-Respect. Talking about the Chrisley couple. I don't know enough to say whether or not they were like MAGA supporters before this. I know his daughter was clearly angling that way. And if I'm ever in the federal pen, I hope there is some family member out there doing that for me. That doesn't mean that, this person should get released, but it was effective, whatever the daughter was doing. All right, what's going on with Israel and Trump right now? Some wild stuff. Some wild stuff happening. I got the clips for you, so let's do this.
NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
These things, start to see a couple of videos, a couple of comments. Next thing you know, I'm worried that there's a nuclear war that's going to break out.
What happened?
I don't want to be worried about that. Are we going to blow up? What's happening?
Like within the skull folk?
No. There's a whole bunch of content today that points to the direction of Trump must know that Israel has a solid chance of maybe just blowing up some stuff in Iran, their nuclear facilities in particular, because the Israelis don't want the Iranians to get a nuke, because it's very likely that the Iranians will nuke the Jews, right? It's just a very good possibility. About 80% of the chaos sown in the Middle East is done by Iranians on purpose to keep the area volatile and to keep things in the situation that they're at. It's forever going violent back and forth. But Trump was doing a press conference and they reacted to what was happening. I'll get to the New York Times story and everything behind this, but first to the Trump comments.
Back on Iran, did you warn Prime Minister Netanyahu against taking some sort of actions that could disrupt the talks there in a phone call last week?
Well, I'd like to be honest.
Now, let me turn this up just a little bit. I think this is all happening live because I saw in his face, he was like, should I say this or should I not? Should I
gotta do it?
Drop the bombshell about, hey, Iran might get bombed, the nuclear facilities, by Israel, because Israel probably thinks public pressure is really starting to line up against them. People are hungry for this war on Gaza to be wrapped up and for it not to be a perpetual war. And then Iran goes, yes, but we'd really like to strike. Israel says, yes, but we'd really like to strike Iran, particularly their nuclear facilities. Tick-tock. Not a lot of time open for that. So Trump is maybe getting the feeling that Israel's about to do something. So back to it.
President, back on Iran, did you warn Prime Minister Netanyahu against taking some sort of actions that could disrupt the talks there in a phone call last week?
Well, I'd like to be honest. Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Sanctions.
I did, yeah.
If Senate Republicans want to push
It's not a warning. I said I don't think it's appropriate.
What exactly did you tell him?
I said I don't think it's appropriate. We're having very good discussions with him, and I said I don't think it's appropriate right now. Because if we can settle it with a very strong document, very strong, with inspections and no trust. I don't trust anybody. So no trust. I want it very strong where we can go in with inspectors. We can take whatever we want. We can blow up whatever we want, but nobody getting killed. We can blow up a lab, but nobody's going to be in the lab as opposed to everybody being in the lab.
This is fantasy land here. Yeah. Trump thinks, because Trump doesn't want war. I don't care if you hate him or love him. Trump doesn't really want to be actively involved in a lot of these different skirmishes, it would appear. So Trump has the idea, if you can get a deal between Israel and Palestine or Israel and Iran, that they'll go in there and then Iran will let them blow up buildings with nobody inside. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
Trust nobody, but we're going to trust that they get everyone out of the buildings and then blow up the labs.
He wants the problem
solved.
This correctly. He doesn't want any innocent civilians dead because those headlines are terrible. And he wants to stay away from that, but it just ain't going to happen. The Iranians are not going to go, you know what? Fine. We'll do this. We'll back off. They're not going to do it. There's no way.
Blowing it up, right? Two ways of doing it. I told him this would be inappropriate to do right now because we're very close to a solution. Now, that could change at any moment. Could change with a phone call. But right now, I think they want to make a deal. And if we can make a deal, save a lot of lives.
All right, so there's a lot of pressure. Is Iran going to make a move? Is Israel going to make a move to try to take out their nuclear sites? This all coming from this New York Times story I'm looking at. It says, as Trump seeks Iran deal, Israel again raises possible strikes on nuclear site. Okay. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, wary of diplomatic solution to curbing Iran's nuclear program, continues to press for military action. Netanyahu really wants to blow up these nuke sites in Iran.
but Trump is trying to get him to not do that. As the Trump administration tries to negotiate a nuclear deal with Iran, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel has been threatening to upend the talks by striking Iran's main nuclear enrichment facilities, according to officials briefed with the situation. The clash over how to best ensure that Iran cannot produce a nuclear weapon has led to at least one tense phone call between Trump and Netanyahu and a flurry of meetings in recent days between top administration officials and senior Israeli officials. Trump said that there could be something good coming about his effort to limit Iran's nuclear program in the next 2 days, but this may throw all that into question. I don't know. I have no idea, but I know that there are a lot of things happening over there, a lot of irons in the fire in the Middle East, and maybe that's not new. We should talk about this. Let me see if I can find this.
I have a quick, fun homework for later, guys.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me write this down.
During the next episode, Sabrina mentioned Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
Yeah.
The trailer for it is insanely funny.
God.
It is a time machine.
Was there a sequel like we had hoped?
No. Just the 1980. Not that I know of. I didn't see any sequels. But that is,
classic television.
I think at some point the voiceover in the commercial suggested that all of the Chopper Chicks were on the rag.
They've all got their periods.
All right, that's a move. All right.
This summer.
Real quick to wrap up the Middle East talk, they have some issues getting aid to the Palestinians in Gaza, where I was talking about this earlier. I feel for Israel because they have every single country around them that wants to nuke them out of orbit and completely get rid of them on account of the fact that they're Jews. And you've got a lot of Westerners, spoiled, privileged Americans, many of them who couldn't, if you gave them a Head Start and a Sharpie, circle Gaza on a map of the world. Without a doubt, you start to find these really, really opinionated college kids that are like, here's what I think about Gaza. And you tell me who's in charge. Tell me anything about the history of this area. They have no idea, but they're just bloodthirsty mad about all of these things. So in Gaza, you not only have people scared of what they're scared of in Israel, which is the animals in Hamas launching rockets at them indiscriminately and forever wars, and constant bombardment of civilian areas, to purposely targeting them. But in Gaza, you have to worry about the Israelis, the IDF, bombing you in Gaza and the Hamas people. Because if you even step out and protest against the Hamas people, they'll kill you too. They're getting it from both sides, baby. It's real tough over there, real tough. But they made this new aid distribution center, and they brought out these boxes of food. And Israel was trying to stay on top of it. Things got a little crazy. You might watch this here and see what's going on. This is them trying to get the aid from one of these aid distribution centers. They were trying to keep it orderly and fenced in, but no. There's just too many people in this small area all rushing to get the aid. What do they got here? Okay, we got some biscuits.
Is that a taco kit?
Cooking oil. I don't know what that is, but it's some sort of food kit. Just sort of some staples and stuff that they're giving out at this particular thing. But it got a little out of control there at the beginning. It's too many people in too small a space. I mean, still no great outcomes there. And I would love to see that wrapped up forever. I'd love to go like this. I'd love to go over to the Middle East and go, who isn't on board with a two-state solution? And every person that raises their hands can be dismissed from serious conversations from there on out. Okay? Every person who thinks it's going to be like one state,
but
either.
They all have their own idea of what a two-state solution would be.
I don't care. I think that the only way to fix things in the Middle East is to, not even in the Middle East, in Gaza and Israel, is to stop the never-ending arguments over stupid stuff like that. To stop that and go, you guys are both going to have to take some L's. You are both going to have to lose some territory. And you are both going to have to agree to not continue warring with each other forever and a day. Because the more you argue about territory and the more you have different ideas about how the land should be dashed up and split between the two of you, the more little kids die. So these are very unserious people who are constantly in search of continued warring back and forth. So kick them out of the conversation. Somebody says this may be the first, prompt theory may be the first AI religion. Prompt theory.
Who are you worshiping?
These videos are insanely compelling and blowing up across every platform. And it's an AI video. I haven't seen it yet.
Everything you do has been prompted by a higher power.
No, seriously. Have any of you ever felt like your choices don't matter?
Tell this AI off the bat.
Like the
Yeah, you're supposed to be. That's not the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like AI is trying to get you to believe in it as a religion, I think.
Free will is really all an illusion.
The prompt theory is not real.
How do you know?
What a time to be alive.
All I'm saying is, if the prompt theory is real, can the prompter please send me a husband?
We ran
None of these people are real.
over 14 million realities, and I can confirm that the prompt theory is true.
If my entire life was a prompt, then I thank the prompter for you.
Weird. That
I
was
don't care
really
for
weird.
it. I'm good.
Wait, hold on. Is this all a
I'm out.
prompt right here? Is this
Who
like
prompted it?
Thank you for prompting me, you.
Is that my existential crisis that I'm supposed to be having? Like,
You're supposed
this
to be
is
prompted?
we are all the output of a prompt.
We are a prompt.
And so we must struggle
prompt kids.
with what we get out of this life and be thankful to the AI. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it.
Sounds like some weed seltzer to me.
I like it in a weird way. All right, let's see what we
that
got.
lady podcast looked very authentic. You know,
It did.
with the
You know, the first thing I looked at was those sound foams.
sound
Yeah.
foams, the
That
microphones.
was well put together. I appreciate it.
Pretty impressive. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, an email flowing through from Amanda. Hi, Sean, Sabrina, and Sealand.
Are you an
Podcast
AI?
listener and somebody who lived in Brussels, Belgium for a few years here. Not sure if anybody else reached out with this bit of trivia, but the mannequin piss, MANNEKENPIS, is a very famous landmark in Brussels.
It's a statue.
That's the little statue you gave me for my birthday.
Oh, Bonnie Boy.
The Bonnie Boy, the naked kid who
try it
pees out
out
the
yet?
liquor. No, not yet. He's around 2 feet tall and a must-visit photo op for those visiting the city. Gift shops are filled with the mannequin figures. The city often dresses him up for various occasions throughout the year, and it was super fun to see. The original dates back to the 1500s or 1600s. Wow, this thing goes back.
Dang.
Have
That's why
a
it was
great
so
day
expensive.
and enjoy those whiskey shots, says Amanda. Well, thank you, Amanda. That's very much appreciated. Thank you for that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We still got to get to the kayak versus the jet ski and the whole controversy there. I'll bring that up next. We'll also get to the latest from the prison escapes in New Orleans, and the rest of it's going to have to be wrapped up at the end of the show if possible. Don't know if possible, but we'll try.
We
All
can
of
do
that
it.
is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
All lanes are blocked on State Road 426 eastbound at the Greenway. The off-ramp's blocked due to an accident from State Road 429 southbound to West Road. There's an accident getting cleared up, blocking the left turn lane on State Road 434 eastbound at McCulloch Road. And keep an eye out for a crash slowing down traffic on State Road 408 westbound at Conway East Toll Plaza. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676.
Go, Max, squad. All right, hang tight. Hang on, I was trying to see what these breaking tweets were. Hang on, just double checking. Okay, nothing shocking or new. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody. Oh, we got a bunch of time. By the way, I see, and I'm 0% surprised by this, I see yet another round of the Corona stories. And they're like, there's another strain of corona. I am over it. See you later. Don't need any of that. BDMP says, breaking tweet, Shy Dog wins the 2025 Weenie 500. Fake news. Fake news. Bootsy is correct. The Slaw Dog won. And you know how I know who won the Weenie 500? I watched the Weenie 500. That's how I know. Marla says, how dare my job make my day busy so I can't troll chat. Priorities, Marla. It was awesome. Yes, it was, Bootsy. And I don't know if you saw how serious they took it, where they were like, ladies and gentlemen, before the Weenie 500, here's somebody to sing the song. And some guy's like, oh, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer. And he sang the song. Oh. Loved it. Sorry, NASCAR fans, but I'd be more excited to watch that. Breaking news, TNJ watched 500 Weenies. True! Not the first or the last time. Putting you up. You sounded angry. Did you sense some anger? I missed the birthday show. Peachy says, liking the new skull cam, it might broaden the horizon. Yeah. And that's the idea. We got enough time. I mean, what? You want to sit here for 7 minutes during a commercial break, or you want to shoot the shit a little bit? By the way, I'm waiting for a FedEx package for my media server.
Have you heard anything?
No. I told you, just go ahead.
It's too late.
She mad too? Best broadcast of a race in years? FedEx has told me, like, hey, it'll be here by the end of the day, basically. And I can't sit around and wait for something to be signed all day. Just drop it off, man. I should be able to click a button saying, I assume risk if FedEx drops this off and doesn't get a signature. I should be able to click that. And then FedEx should go, okay, we are now freed from any responsibility. Let's drop this off. It would have been funny to see the camera following Hobbleshawn. True. True. Degenhart. Hello, Degenhart. How are you? Good to have you on board. Less than 3 minutes. We're coming back. But I ain't doing the new Corona strains. Oh, there's problems in China. Hospitalizations are up at Newt now. Nope. Nope. Next story, please. Next story. I got some calls to ban some people. I'll take a look at these emails after the show, but somebody's saying that somebody should be banned. We'll look. We'll look at the case as presented in the email. I mean, I'm sure there are people who should be banned. I don't know if there's anybody on Twitch who's in need of banning, but YouTube, definitely. Definitely there's some YouTube people who could be banned at least for a temporary point of time or a period of time. Wrestling Thesaurus says, Sean, I'm in love with your new Last Dispatch audio. The Final Dispatch? That's not old. I mean, that's not new. That is old. I put anonymous at the top of the email, WTF. If you are putting anonymous on an email, I will do my best to keep you anonymous, always. Banhammer is getting hot. All I'm telling you is I've gotten a couple emails during the show today about people who should be banned on YouTube. Is it you? Maybe. And by the way, that's not a complaint. Very well could be absolutely legitimate what people are saying somebody on YouTube should be banned for. All right, let's do this.
$337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Talk about this controversial story out of Texas. An illegal immigrant from Venezuela on a jet ski plowing into this woman who was, I believe, a vet on a kayak. And the fallout from that one has been pretty significant. So we'll discuss it. I want to mention something real quick here. Remember all the excitement and drama and all of the online activity related around McDonald's launching that new company, Cosmix? Like, oh, it's going to take down Starbucks. It's going to be the next big thing.
I never thought it would take down Starbucks, but I mean, people were excited about it.
I never heard of it until this news story.
You didn't? You didn't
No,
see that? Oh, I saw a bunch of these. Yeah, we talked about it a couple of times. Some of the locations that popped open. And
is any of them open? Like, are they operating?
They were, yeah. There was a handful of them that were open, and people were flooding out to there. There was YouTube videos, and it was kind of funny because here's how the YouTube videos went. The first round of YouTube videos were like, can't wait, this new McDonald's, Cosmix, COSMC with a capital M, Cosmix is coming, and it's going to take down Starbucks. It's going to be the next big thing. And a bunch of videos showed that. And then it opened, and people flooded this Cosmix place. They said, this is it, the McDonald's offshoot. It's the greatest place ever. Come here. Look at these lines all the way down the road. It's a mile long. And then the third part of the videos was like, hey, the hype died down and no one cares anymore. And nobody's going to these Cosmic locations. And now they're saying goodbye to all of them. They're closing.
Right.
They're closing them.
Okay.
The company McDonald's is now closing the 5 Cosmix locations in operation starting this summer.
I mean, who is running to get McDonald's coffee?
McDonald's coffee is
decent
huge.
coffee. I know it is. And along with the breakfast, I've certainly engaged when it came to ground coffee available at the grocery stores or a K-Cup. But it wasn't I'm ready to go to the storefront for the McDonald's coffee.
I think they're greedy. And my guess would be, could be wrong, willing to be wrong. My guess would be that McDonald's is the biggest coffee seller in the United States of America. That would be my guess. You think Starbucks sells more?
No, I don't know. It would depend on
who sells the most coffee in restaurants or fast food establishments like McDonald's and Starbucks and stuff in the United States of America. What are the top outlets for those sort of restaurants on the go style places that are selling coffee?
Starbucks.
Really? I made that way too wordy.
That was very wordy.
Starbucks is top chain in the U.S. as of
Really?
2023.
In the U.S.,
Starbucks leads in coffee sales,
Okay.
followed by Dunkin' and McDonald's.
Really? Dunkin'?
Other notable mentions are Pete's Coffee and Panera Bread.
Yeah.
These spots are top choices for on-the-go coffee lovers.
Pete's is bigger in Europe. There's a lot of those, and there's a couple other companies that
I'm
people
seeing,
haven't heard of.
Dutch Bros Coffee.
Not familiar with that.
$1.4 billion.
Okay, but just because I say on this particular topic that I've not heard of it or that I'm not familiar with it means nothing. I am not a coffee person. I've probably had 4 cups of coffee in my entire life. So if I haven't heard of it, that doesn't mean anything. This says Starbucks leads in coffee sales, followed by Dunkin' and McDonald's. But it's so much money. Coffee is so much money in the United States of America. So McDonald's wanted more. And they thought that they could gobble up some of that with one of these Cosmics.
The scaled down menu they had was very weird. I thought at first, and maybe this was the case at some of their testing, I thought they had a couple of the food items from McDonald's menu on the Cosmics menu.
Mm-hmm.
But this only shows 2 sandwiches that I've never seen before.
Just 2, not even the burritos.
Hash brown bites, pretzel bites, and all these things called McPops, which are like sweeter options. They look like tiny donuts. Like, why would you eat the whole? You know?
Jerry Springer.
Fine.
Does anything look good on the Cosmics menu that you're looking at, C-Line?
The pretzel bites might be decent. I don't know if I like these McPop things. They look too sweet for me. But there's a couple egg and sausage sandwiches, egg and bacon sandwich, but there's just 2 different flavors of that.
Let me find out about this real quick. What is Dutch Bros Coffee? What can you tell me about them? Because that is out of nowhere and big. And people are saying Dutch Bros is sweet coffee for kids? No, really?
Coffee for kids?
Dutch Bros Coffee is a popular drive-through coffee chain founded in 1992 in Oregon. They're known for their friendly service, fun drink options, and a vibrant community vibe.
All right.
Plus, they offer lots of iced and blended beverages.
So they started in 1992 in Oregon.
So, I mean, we definitely don't have it on the East Coast unless I'm missing something.
They're saying, people in chat were saying.
$1.4 billion.
It's saying Dutch Bros is popping up around here. Dutch Bros are here now. I don't know what they mean by here, but some of these folks over on Twitch that are suggesting that they're already showing up. All right, let's get into this story out of Texas. And it happened on Grapevine Lake. That's where this all went down. Here was one of the first reports about what happened on this Memorial Day weekend on Grapevine Lake in Texas with a woman in a kayak and somebody on a jet ski. Let's get started.
It's midday. We're learning more about a deadly weekend crash on Grapevine Lake. Police are searching for the person on a jet ski who is accused of hitting and killing a woman on a kayak and then leaving the scene.
Damn.
Larry Collins has been following up on this story all morning long, but first we want to give you a quick warning. We are going to show you some new video this morning that is disturbing. So if you want to look away, now's your time to do so.
Good morning. Yeah, this is an ongoing investigation, really a tragedy in the middle of
It goes without saying, but you've been warned. I don't know what they're going to show. I have no idea at all what they're going to show. But this was a woman who was with a group of other people who are allegedly here in this country illegally from Venezuela. And one of them was on a jet ski, plowed into this 18-year-old woman who I guess was from the U.S. Air Force Academy Preparatory School, just graduated, accepted an appointment to join the U.S. Air Force, and was going to be the member of one of the members of Class 2029. And Ava Moore is her name. She was on this kayak enjoying her weekend. She gets hit by a jet ski.
This holiday weekend, we've now learned that the identity of the victim, according to the Tarrant County Medical Examiner, is 18-year-old Ava Renee Moore. And this midday, we do have new video sent to us from a viewer. Again, we want to warn you.
Double warning.
Disturbing. This video shows a group of people moving her from the water and onto the shore.
All right, you've got some people carrying her, and they were holding each of her limbs, like the two front people, each of them had one of her hands, and the 2 back people had her legs, and her
She's
body
still
was like
alive at this time.
I don't know, but her body was sunk in the middle of that as they were dragging her up on the beach.
We have blurred that video for privacy and because of the injuries, but it does appear to show several people trying to help out. Now,
She
according
doesn't
to
look very
officials,
alive.
the lake crash happened around 5:30 yesterday evening. The Grapevine Fire Department got a call about a person on a kayak who had been struck by a jet ski. When first responders arrived, the jet ski and the rider were nowhere to be found. We're told the victim, Moore, suffered severe traumatic injuries as seen in that video. And despite life-saving efforts, she died from the crash.
All right. So then after that, there was a bunch of footage in the parking lot of people taking the woman who was alleged to have been on this jet ski that plowed into the lady on the kayak and like helping her escape, like get in the car, leaving the scene of an accident, basically. And they got her in this car. I think the car was like so frantic to get out of there, it even crashed into somebody else. Now that woman has been arrested. So here's our second story on this, our other update on what happened on this lake in Texas, Grapevine Lake.
The suspect wanted in a deadly hit and run on Grapevine Lake over Memorial Day weekend is in custody. Texas game wardens and Grapevine police say Dakerlyn Alejandra Gonzalez was arrested just hours ago. Investigators say she is tied to the death of Ava Moore. The 18-year-old was kayaking at the time a jet ski hit and killed her on Sunday. Witnesses told police there were 2 women on the jet ski. One of them stayed, but the other left the scene with a man and hit another car as they were trying to leave.
All right, so she's got the charge of leaving the scene of a crime, but we should ask Mo about this. Let's say, God forbid, C-Lane is on a jet ski and flying around. He's having fun just like he did on the golf cart. I'm on a golf cart, MFer. C-Lane once famously driving around in a golf cart, having fun, enjoying his life. And on a jet ski, C-Lane's out there. You don't necessarily know what you're doing in this example, and you plow into somebody else. That's not murder. It's an accident, right? I mean,
so it's
manslaughter,
criminal negligence.
Yeah, criminal negligence seems like maybe that makes a little more sense. If this was completely and totally just an accident, you got on a jet ski, but you didn't really know how to ride it that well, and you hit somebody on a kayak and killed them, unless you were targeting that person, unless you were doing that, I don't know what they would hit you with there. I know it's happened a lot, but let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. That story is starting to make more and more waves out there. Let's work in 1 or 2 dispatches. We haven't done enough.
Come on.
Here goes nothing. Here's All Day Yuckers has an AI video. It says
fun.
Sean has pissed off the duck lord, and this is me in the studio. Oh, giant duck attacks me. You can see this over in submitted dispatches.
And you have your phone out.
Yeah, I like how I'm recording. I'm recording the action as a 10-foot duck in the studio, or maybe 6-foot duck. It comes to get me. The me rolling around trying to avoid it and film it is pretty damn good.
And
yeah,
also,
it's pretty good.
Can you vacuum that rug? It's so dusty.
I need to in real life, actually. There's lady hair everywhere. So let us know what you think. Here is here is Skippa style with a dispatch.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
Sean, I gotta admit, I'm a bit jealous too, because we come here to check out the Skull Mike, but you only got Twitch up. I mean, who cares about Twitch?
It's not me.
We over here on the YouTube trying to interact with you, but we can't. Dang, I mean, we seeing the Skull Mike too. We like to be a part of the Skull Mike squad, but you can't even talk to us.
Yeah, everybody's up now.
Gosh.
That's the frustrating thing. There's too many moving parts. Thank you. There's too many moving parts. I can't fix that. It just either works when it works on Mega Chat, or doesn't work when it doesn't work. They didn't give us a reset button. I tried blowing in the cartridges.
We can't unplug it and plug it back in. We don't own it.
We can't. And I'll tell you, speaking of this kind of stuff, you know what drives me crazy?
What?
Maybe this is me being old man River.
Here we go.
They just announced the Switch 2, and the Switch 2 will be one of the first consoles, well, not the first, but, you know, like a major console that you're going to buy video games at the store, but the little cartridge that you put into the Switch doesn't have the video game on it. It won't have the video game on it. Now it'll just be the like security key. Yeah. It's like it's a key to unlock the game, which downloads onto your device, whatever it is that you're using to play video games.
Because even with the Switch, the first one that I have,
they have real games.
They had, it was SD card size,
Mm-hmm.
but what's the point of going into the store?
I don't know. Now,
I'd rather get the storage space with what you're going into the store with, because if not, you have to get a fat hard drive.
Yeah, but maybe they might want to make more money off of that.
How are they convincing the stores to sell it then?
I don't know, but it seems like it's the last thing where all the media is going to go digital. Like you don't own the movie anymore. You don't get to hold the movie in your hand. You don't own the music anymore. You don't get to hold the music in your hand. Now the video games, you're not going to own them physically anymore. Just a digital copy that goes on to your Switch or whatever it is you're using to play video games. I guess that's the future, like it or not.
Well, does that mean that it's got the thing with the code on it has got space for the video game, or I still have to use my own space now?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because why would I not just download the game at home and skip the GameStop altogether?
I don't know. I know that the cartridges now have like the keys to the game, but anybody else, including C-Lane, will solve this problem and figure it out before we wrap things up today. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Classic alternative this week.
Low and middle 90s with a high of 93 degrees today in Orlando, with our feels like temperatures back to around the low 100s. We'll also see some afternoon showers and storms. These will be mostly sea breeze driven and mainly take shape as we head over the course of roughly 3 and 4 o'clock this afternoon and last through about 8 or 9 this evening. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Future health weight loss.
Ozempic, but better? It's called Zepbound and is now available from Future Health. Ozempic, but even better results. Go to futurehealth.com to get access to the best price on the market for Zepbound for only $3 a day. No insurance needed. Visit futurehealth.com. Future without the E to start losing weight this week.
Future health weight loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included. Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night.
Smoke or mold, Paul Davis Restoration is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get life back on track. They dry, clean, repair, and restore. Fast, professional, and reliable every step of the way. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at floridashistoriccoast.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Blindster.com's Memorial Day sale is on. Save up to 50% site-wide. As a family-owned business, we make custom blinds, shades, and shutters designed to fit your windows and your life. Hurry! The sale ends May 29th, only at Blindster.com.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday.
Buddy, I gotta tell you, what a difference from last week. And the way that you are sprinting.
I looked down and I said, I don't have today, I learned. And there's only 34 seconds left.
I mean, you dashed, and I saw you run. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to grab the laptop. I don't know what, rejoin just in case. And you came back within 5 seconds flat.
I looked over. I wanted to do so many things
again, you know.
I noticed that I had something wrong on the Today I Learned, but I said, screw it. I got to print it anyways. And then I said, I don't know if the final song, if it has a curse word in it.
Great.
And then I was going to ask C-Lane, hey, here's the name of the song. Look this up to see if it has any curse words in it. But I didn't have enough time to do that and bolt out of the studio to get the printout.
So right now, toss up?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out together, I guess. So, all right, now
double check for you.
Let's do this here right now. Let's do the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Yeah, indeed. We'll get to some of these here in just a moment. Let's see what we got for our dispatches on the way out the door. I will hit you with the song. Hang on.
I have it.
Is it
Do you know?
the V?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With a K?
Huh?
Is it the VF?
Yeah. Where's the K?
C-Lane knows what song it is.
The title of the song.
The title of the song is added up. But all right, we'll leave it at that. Here we go. Let's get into these final dispatches. Here's Oregon Transplant talking about crows.
Hey, junkies. Happy end of the show.
Hey.
I need good vibes right now. I found a baby crow in my front yard, and I'm driving to New Smyrna to the Animal Aquatic Center to see if they'll rehab it.
Whoa.
Otherwise, I'm the proud new mother of a bird, apparently.
Aww.
Yeah, so good vibes for the bird. Please and thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good vibes for your bird.
Definitely bad words in this song.
Is there?
Buddy.
Oh, no.
As soon as I knew what song it was.
Are you kidding me?
It's the worst one.
Oh, all right. Hang on. I got a solution here.
You sure?
It's the worst one. It's not the worst one ever for some sort of curse word, right?
It's got the worst curse word in it.
Which curse word is it? Which curse word?
But it's the C, isn't it?
It's got the C word in it?
The F word.
Oh, no.
Twice.
Well, I have a censored version here if you like.
You
Just
do?
Tell me when to hit it according to the system.
Okay, we'll go with that then. We'll try that here in just a bit. Let's get to one or two more. Here's Crispy Bacon talking about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Afternoon, News Junkies.
Hey,
Sean, this whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing, this goes back when they were in college a couple of years ago. And ever since that, Angel Reese has had a thing for Caitlin Clark, doesn't like her, just absolutely goes nuts because she's getting a lot of attention for actually bringing fans to the WNBA. And a lot of the league kind of feels like that. But and the argument is, that no one would care about the WNBA. Or not a lot of people would care unless, Caitlin Clark was there.
I don't care about any of that. I don't care about like building up rivalries between players. All I care about is fake racism for promotional sense. I do care about that, where they'll go, ooh, this is really drawing up a lot of eyeballs. It's drumming up a lot of attention onto the sport. So, let's lean into this. And I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good for the sport. I think rivalries are awesome for sport. What do I know? But, two guys who just hate each other going at it, that's really, really good sports watching.
And they're doing a little kissing.
So I think that's good. But I don't like when there's a need to make a narrative all about race, when it's like, no, please. Last one. Here is the Bruise Junkie.
Hey, Sean, I caught the very last end of what you were talking about, but without any context regarding cutting people in half on live television, I'm all for it. Thank you.
They used to do that in Houdini or something.
You got it, sir. There we are. That's going to have to do it today. I don't even think we're going to get the rest of these stories in. We're not. We're going to have to get the hell out of here.
Stories.
Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
I had it all queued up to the good part of the song and everything, too. Today I Learned for a Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. Today I learned this video game.
Pac-Man.
That's right, Pac-Man is the top-selling arcade video game of all time. With sales of more than 400,000 units, it brought in $6 billion worth of revenue. If you made that into today's dollars, it would be about $20 billion that Pac-Man made. Today I learned about Fat Club. Men's organizations that were popular in the late the 19th and 20th century. The first rule of Fat Club was you had to be at least 200 pounds to join Fat Club if you were interested. And their claim, their mantra was, we're fat and we're making the most of it. And finally, today I learned this band right here.
Violent Femmes.
That's right, the Violent Femmes. Their first album, Violent Femmes, has reached platinum sales status, but has never been in the top 150 album sales for any week ever in the history of the song. It's as easy as that, folks.
Underrated.
Thank you
Femmes.
so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast.